Okay. God, it... Oh! I see the problem. I'm sitting like, man, the music sounds so loud, but in my audio mixer, it looks like it's barely going up at all. I thought I had the -10 on it for Donkey Kong. Okay, that makes sense. I'm sitting here losing my mind at this. Day 749. More Donkey Kong later. Hi, Ranmu. Let's get stretching. Oh. I had a lot of fun yesterday. I'm a little worried about today. Specifically, I'm worried about my controllers. The Switch 2 controllers don't last as long as I would have thought they do. And without those, I'm kind of like, uh-oh. Hi, Techno. If they die, and I'm planning to go for like, I don't know, 10 or 11 hours, and they die at like 7, the backup is Switch 1 controllers. I think that should be fine, but... Hi, Global. Hi, late speed bump shaped like a deer, not DUI. Stop eating potatoes, Joy-Conlin. I like how you had a Joy-Conlin as I'm talking about the Joy-Cons. Global. You made me think of a video I saw this morning when I was looking for stories. This guy, and I don't get what he was doing, but he added like a speed bump to his own driveway? Sending Huglins your way? Hell yeah. He adds like a speed bump to his own driveway, but it's not like a, a cement speed bump. It's like a sandbag, roll it out across your driveway thing. Oh, hi, Yuki. Thank you. Oh my, you're already? Good morning. Wow, it really has been a year, hasn't it? Did you see what we were doing yesterday, Yuki? We were playing Donkey Kong Bonanza. We're gonna do more today. Hi, Violet. Hi, Noob. But thank you, Yuki. I really appreciate that. I wish I got to see you more. But if I remember correctly, you had a schedule that just is in the way until summer. Wait, is it until summer? Or... No, it'd be the other way around, right? I forget. Hello, Arrow 3 entire bits. Hi, Wrath. Hi, Violet. Wait, you get 2 highs. Hi, Ewan. Have a nice day. I will. So a 12 incline day? No. Now hang on. No. It's not necessarily a 12 incline day. Last year I was more around because I broke finger was off work. Oh. I thought I remember it being like you had to watch the kid a lot because of summer. And like when summer came by, it was like, well, I'm out. But now I'm like, that time frame doesn't match up. What was it? I get 2 highs. You do, Violet. You get 2 today. No incline for the pregnant. What do you mean pregnant? Huh? Watch streak reached. What do you mean pregnant? And I get none? Oh my goodness. I hadn't gotten to you yet. Sometimes it takes me a while to be like, wait, this person's new because I was focusing on something. I don't know if I want to give you one now, Gana. You did the whole like, and I get none thing. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to give you one now. Maybe I let you fucking stew there and not have a high today. You've probably gotten a double high on other days, Gana. Maybe this is just equalizing it out. Hi, Gana. Hi, Joe. What? What? I agree, Anne. You guys are insane. Hi, Wave. Hello, Joe. Gana. I get to give Gana extra then, since you been missing out? Then don't. Wouldn't be the first time, Pout. Wave, morning, Wave. What? 2. I think I stalled for like a crazy long time on my exercises yesterday. So I'm kind of like, don't be bad today. Get through them fast today. Hi, Haxie. I'm on vacation this week. I'll try to hop in and hang out. Mostly got a girlfriend 6 months ago. I've been spending time with her mostly. I don't have time to drop in on weekends. I see. Hell yeah. Hi, Violet. Streakland maintained off to Workland. I hope it goes fast. He's speedrunning. Oh, I can't do English this morning. Sorry. Hi, Cookie.
Hi.
What are we at? We're at hamstrings. I literally just played video games all day yesterday. My room looks like a fucking mess. Just from like package I got, things being moved around, things being adjusted to be able to use the capture card. At one point I was looking for a cable for the for something, and the Switch 1 controller. So I just have like, it literally just looks like a tornado went through this room, and I'm like, oh god. It's gonna get worse today. And I'll clean it tomorrow, hopefully. No, you're fine, Yuki. You're fine. Okay. I don't know when this happened. Because I thought we were like still 10 off. But apparently, before the start of this stream, we hit 1,800 followers. And I'm like, fucking what? Huh?
Congrats.
But, thank you. What was it? It was, someone followed 10 hours ago. Which I think was after a raid. I said... It was after a raid towards the end of stream yesterday. But we have 1,800.
Yeah.
We are doing absolutely nothing to celebrate that. Woo. Congrats, thank you. I feel like I could do celebrations for like, you know, every 100 follows. I know a lot of my friends do. I kind of just do the every 50 days. Feels like it makes it more consistent. Hi, Smug. I never get the point of like, oh, we spiked 300 followers, so I owe you guys 3 streams. Or, you know, the worst situation. I stopped getting follows for whatever reason. It's like, okay, we don't do big celebration streams anymore because I'm not growing. I do wonder about all those people that think you are a gaming streamer that streams all day. I feel bad. I try to warn them and be like, hey, not my usual content. You guys probably heard that 2 or 3 times. You say, this is not my usual content. Normally I'm in the morning. But, they'll figure it out. Or they won't. Yo. I saw something, Smug. I saw something that made me think of you. Now I can't remember what it was. What would that be? I'm trying to remember what it was, and I'm like, oh god, what was it? Shit. It was probably Stardew stuff. It was probably something with Stardew Valley, and it just had me thinking of the Stardew Valley group. Ugh. Double rainbow speed, 69% fail chance, tempting. How much speed would you get from it? Like, is this, you're gonna get 16 speed? Or is this like 50 plus? And a skill hint? 69's a really high fail chance. I wouldn't do it. 35 speed, I wouldn't do it. There's a very high likely you have that same speed training, the double or you still have a rainbow on it next time. I would not do it.
Gumba Vice.
But it's year one. If you want to ball out and like if you fail, be like, fuck it, we reset. But like if you go for it, you just fucking catapult your run. I personally wouldn't. 69 is a really high fail chance. Hi, Nick. You want to rescue? I didn't. Cammy stretch. Bum ba-dum 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 bum bum ba-dum 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 bum. Oh. Playing Donkey Kong has made me so excited for Kirby Air Ride later. Is it this year? I think it's 2025. Dude, I'm so excited for it. That is absolutely what we're doing a 50 celebration with. We're just doing gold ship runs on the Gulshi mode.
Oh my god. Oh, that reminds me, I was watching a random TikTok video about Gold Ship for like actually this person is like over simulation. I'm sitting in a random stranger's living room while my sister is screaming like singing Golden in my right ear while three guys are talking, like trying to coach a dude about how to optimize his character, his forest girl. And it's just Gold Ship on the screen. I'm like, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Have three people try to figure out how to fucking get Ghost Ship optimized.
My Devil Gated.
Sometime in
Weak Pat.
2025.
Who is behind the alien cutie? That is Cookie Pro.
Me?
Yeah.
Hey.
No release date, just sometime in 2025. 3, 4, 5.
I use a cookie.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh! Because we played Donkey Kong yesterday, because we're gonna play more Donkey Kong today, I was like, I kinda wanna find a Donkey Kong world to walk in. Hi, Space Fish. Welcome,
Nothing good?
welcome. There's a few. They're not really that good. I tried searching. So my trick for like worlds that get a lot of things. So like Legend of Zelda gets a lot of worlds, right?
Yeah.
If you search Legend of Zelda, you're gonna get the same Legend of Zelda worlds every time because it's filtered by relevance. If you switch it to last updated, you'll actually catch like, you know, about once a month there's a new Legend of Zelda map that's uploaded and you're like, oh, let's check this one out. And I found some pretty cool ones that way. So I thought, you know, maybe this works for Donkey Kong. Hi, Pixel. It did not. It did not work for Donkey Kong. Part of that is that because it's not sorting by super relevance, when you search Donkey Kong, you include a lot of Hong Kong stuff. And so if you search for Donkey Kong and sort by sort by last updated, one of the top worlds is Tiananmen Square, and I'm like, wait a minute. That's not the Donkey Kong world I was looking for. Hi, gamer.
Hey, Eulens. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm like halfway through my squats before I walk.
Yes. Nice.
Mm-hmm. 3, 4, 5.
Yes, onesies. I gotta wait for you to load.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Didn't Kyra play DK last night? We played it together, Nick. We were doing the knock together thing. And we had each other's streams up on our own. DK isn't as popular as Zelda, so not as much content. Yeah, for sure. Legend of Zelda is just like, I don't know, it's beloved by people even that don't play Legend of Zelda games, because it's such an aesthetic. Whereas like Donkey Kong, I don't know. There's probably not a lot of people that are like, I love the big gorilla aesthetic. I want like Donkey Kong merch even though I've never played a game. A lot more games too. Yeah. 1,
You know,
2.
I'm wondering if they ever put Donkey Kong 64 onto like the emulator thingy.
The official Switch one?
Yeah.
I would assume they do, especially after Bonanza comes out.
That would be nice, honestly.
Why are all 4 of you also very cute
I
together?
like.
Effort, personality, discipline, dedication.
Yes.
Oh, thank you for the
Yes.
follow, gamer.
Hi, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
We used to see each other every day in different Twitch chats. Oh, I just missed 18 minutes.
Yep, back in the days. You
Yeah.
gotta get back in It's all good though. We're still friends at the end of the day.
Hell yeah.
Mm.
It is still so funny to me that we reconnected through my friend that is like, I've been doing VR chat for 1.5 years. And I'm like, wait, you know Gamer? Who is the purple one? That's Gamer.
Hello.
Gamer 101. There's someone I've known on Twitch for a long time because they're very nice, and I would call them a helpaholic. They literally cannot help themselves from helping other people and modding chats.
That was me indeed. I absolutely love moderating for my friends. Oops. I've long since calmed down, but I still do my best to help moderate chats.
I see. There's some people that I know that just like, you see them modded in every channel you go to. And some of them it's like, they would mod all of them at the same time. I don't know if you've met Rosmic. Dude has a monitor dedicated to having 16 streams up at all times. So that you can just keep an eye on all of them, no matter whether they're live or not. It's just like, dude! Good, you surviving? Hell yeah. Gamer, how long can you plank?
I don't plank.
Well, now's the
That's
perfect
hard.
time to find out.
I first need room for that.
Oh, I see.
Just plank on my bed.
I mean, you could, but I don't want to be like, no, do it! Move everything, do it! When I started
also-
planking, I could do it for like 23 seconds or something. It was like, God, this is so hard. We've gotten up to, well, I do 3 minutes, but I think I could do 6. Hi, Harley. Please pet the tail. Yes, you can. 50 more seconds.
Look at you go.
The last minute's always the worst. Hi, Ribbo.
Yeah.
Hey, Femboy. Hey, chat. I think Lenny is struggling today. 30 seconds. They gave me incline yesterday, gamer. But we were celebrating 750 days streamed. So after VR chat, we went and played Planet Crafter and Donkey Kong Bonanza. So I streamed for like 14 hours yesterday. So I was like disgusting and sweaty after the walk, and I had to sit in it.
Oh no.
For like the whole 14 hours.
Should have taken a shower first, Stinky.
I'm the type who I cannot like take a long break for while I'm live. I cannot just be like, okay, here's a BRB screen. I'll be back in 30 minutes while I go shower and eat. It's like...
It takes you 30 minutes to shower?
Well, shower and eat.
For everything.
Oh, eat. Okay.
If it was like, I'm just showering to like clean sweat off. Probably like a 5-minute shower, but then, you know, that's going to be 10 to 15 minutes with just the stuff around it.
Fair.
But, that's like too long for me when I'm live. That's like I can't just leave the stream unattended for that time. And so I'd be like, I need to get back as soon as possible. So I didn't take a shower yesterday until like the very end. It was like midnight and I was showering. I almost fell asleep in the shower. I'm just like there, just like, oh.
Yep, that's so me.
Oh, this is so nice.
I know that feel. It's just like, oh, it feels so good.
But my god, did it feel good to clean off yesterday. Oh, he has FOMO. I wouldn't call this FOMO. It's more like... What would I describe this as? Hi, Trogdor. I was not gonna drown in a standing shower. I wouldn't call it like attachment issues. I don't know. I don't like leaving the stream unattended. There's very much two types of people with this. There's the people that like, I can't take breaks, I can't go AFK, I have to always keep an eye on the stream. And then there's people that are just like, huh, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get food, and they're just
You're back.
BRB screen for 23 minutes, and you're like, how do you do that? Not me. And we, Okay. I think we're good to walk. I am gonna change my trackers. I'm gonna change them. So you guys wait there. I'm gonna go off screen real quick. Ugh. There's some significant sound fall off in this map, so I can't hear them at all. Okay. Calibrate. Not quite where I want it. Uh-oh. What was that noise? What was that noise?
That was a gift sub, dude.
Oh,
That's what it was.
How dare. Pixel is gifting 1 tier 1 sub to Rels. Did you floss your teeth, Yoan? I was gonna run out the, well, I guess technically I should have those just in case something happens to the floss pick thing. What are those called? Hi, Micaiah. Good morning. I have the coffee. Hell yeah. I have not used it yet. Hi, Kodiak. That puts us at 2 incline. For 3 hours because of shop run. God. Even that one's like crazy for most people. Hi, Hefon. Yulin friend shaped. Hello.
Yes.
Okay.
All of you are friend shaped.
Bring up the video. Looking through Exodar. Oh, I'm gonna start this first. Turn on my equipment. Please turn on my equipment. Okay. And we're walking. My camera
we
is
go.
behind me back there looking this way.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you've seen the setup, gamer.
I have not seen this setup.
But we're walking through right now. It's the Exodar from World of Warcraft. But it's a very short video.
Okay.
Alu, oh boy, walking time. Let's go longer than 5 miles. It can't go too long because we do need to do Donkey Kong today, right? We are going to be switching games at some point to finish the celebrating 750 days. And also, Cairo literally took the day off today. So I think it'd be horrendous to keep him waiting for like 3 extra hours. Oh, well, you know, we just had a long video walking day today. And so the latest we'll walk to will be like maybe 12. And then we'll talk to like 12:30 at the latest, but
Makes sense.
Days off are precious to American workers. Dude,
Honestly.
Absolutely. This is my day off.
I did not understand like free time and like how valuable it was, and like I'd play games like World of Warcraft and Warframe, you know, when I was going to school, and it was just like, man, it's like, you know, all these people that have jobs, you know, why can't they keep up? You know, I go to school, they've got their job, we've all got responsibilities, you know, but why are they like behind on gearing up their character in World of Warcraft? And then I, you know, had my first one. It was just like, oh, I get it. School, you just go and like hang out and like half the time you're not like actively doing something. At least I wasn't. Half the time I was just like half asleep or doodling in my notebook or thinking about the games I was going to play that day. And then I go home and I get to play the games. At work, you were just, at least I was, actively engaged in the work the whole time. And then I get home and it's just like, I don't even want to play games right now. I just want to like exist, lay down, just like think about my place in the world after eating like a fucking greasy ass pizza or something. And it was like,
Yes, existential crisis always happens to me every Tuesday.
And then I'm in the position where people are like, well, just do the stuff after work, dude. Like, come on. I'm like, oh, they don't get it. I get it now, and they don't get it.
They will learn as you
And people wonder why I only exist on weekends. I just woke up early today, lol. Yeah.
So true, honestly.
I remember one guy. Damn, Lonnie must be really struggling with their PC today. I remember one guy I raided with in WoW. He started working, and it was a hi Sir Noble.
Hello.
He started working, and it was like 40 hours a week. And somebody got on his case about it. Somebody was like, dude, you're working 40 hours a week? That's like 8 hours for 5 days. That's like 2 free days. That's like, dude, come on, what are you doing? Like, we all gotta be ready for raid. What's the problem, man? What's the holdup? And what's crazy is that this wasn't like a kid in college or high school. This was like the old man of the group that's like retired and has free time now. And the guy's like, dude, I'm just like, yeah, I don't work all day on the work days, but I come home and I'm just tired. And like, at the time I kind of sided with the old man of the group. I was like, well, I mean, you're working 8 hours. Shouldn't you be looking forward to the games once you get off work? But like, once I was there, I got it. I got like, sometimes the games are effort. They're fun, right? You like spending time with games. But like, they
Yep.
can very much be exhausting, and after a fucking exhausting day at work, it's just, yeah, that doesn't sound fun if I'm out of energy. For me, it's more the combo of work and solo living responsibilities. Yeah. I joke about just hire the live-in femboy maid. Anyway, here's my business card. When I hear that, Micaiah. Does Lenny keep dropping? I think so. They keep joining and then they don't move from spawn and then they leave the world again. And so... Notes! Wait, hang on. So more sleeping normie hours. Bed at midnight, wake at 6 a.m. Buy the bootstraps. Or work 8 hours a day. But I have other responsibilities after work as well. You gotta start cleaning, Ewan. Cleaning I can do. I'm already cleaning! Because that's part of me living here with my parents is... I have to clean the basement weekly. Which, admittedly, I'm kind of bad at. I do it, like, every 2 to 3 weeks. But they want me to clean the whole basement. Oh, it's working for you. Air 451 is brand specific. Don't have the prom setting on. Oh.
Interesting.
I don't have too much responsibilities here. I basically clean the basement, which is the space I live in. And there's a few courtesy things, like, you know, if I take dishes up, instead of just putting them to the left of the sink like we normally do, my dad likes it when I put them in the dishwasher. Really, really small things. It's like, not even like a responsibility. It's like, literally just show this courtesy. And why do you want to move out? I don't really want to move out is the thing. There's some people that I think would be really nice to live with. But like... Well, so here's the thing. I'm not saving money. I'm breaking even each month. To live with
Literally.
parents, they cost me... Or they charge me $400 a month. Which... That's an extremely affordable price. That is very generous.
Man, can I have yours?
I'm
I'm currently paying $1,400.
Wait, hold on.
Damn.
$1,400 with your parents or just for your own place?
With my family, yes.
Hold on. You're paying $1,400 a month to live with your parents. How did...
Bills
That's-
are.
What?
Hey, you know what? I am a proper adult, and I have to. They're teaching me how to, you know, live in society, right?
No.
Hey, you know what? You're
Mal.
paying $400, and rent is not exactly inexpensive. Like that's literally, like you're paying probably a fourth of the price right now.
Why would you not just have your own place?
Exactly.
Why would I not want to have my own place?
And
I
if
would
you-
love to.
If you ever, like, don't want to talk about this, just say, like, hey, back off. But I'm curious, like, 1,400, there's, like, one-bedroom apartments I could find for that. And so I'm like, if you're living with your parents and paying that, it's, like, the worst of both worlds. Because the whole point of, like, at least the stigma I've heard, hi, Zvi, is you live on your own. It's expensive, but it's extremely freeing. It's extremely, like, good for your mental health because you get to do whatever the fuck you want. It's your place, your rules. You live with your parents, and it's typically bad for mental health, but it's typically cheap, if not free. So I'm like... even, like... You for $1,400 a month, you could probably have your own place, but definitely, like, if you're in an expensive area, you could have, like, one friend and have a fraction of that cost with one roommate. And I love my parents. I hope you're the same. But, like...
Yes.
Okay. But, like, I think even compared to them, there's a lot of people that I'd prefer to have as a roommate, than my parents.
Fair.
Doing more sleeping normie hours, bed at midnight, wake at 6
I
a.m.
mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
go ahead.
I mean, for me, when I lived with my dad for a while,
Mm-hmm.
I only paid like $200, and that
Mm-hmm.
was for like literally everything. Like me staying in the room, like basically it's like rent with electricity and like everything else.
Mm-hmm. That $200 is like you're paying an amount to not make it a burden on me. Hi, Shion, because that's like covering
Yeah.
the water you use up, the electricity you use up, the
Mm-hmm.
the cost of you being here.
Yeah, because they know that I play on I'm pretty much the one that's most likely going to be using a lot of electricity, so
Mm-hmm.
it makes
Even-
sense that I pay like a good amount.
Even then, like if you were to leave a computer on all month, it's like $17 under the worst conditions per month to have that computer on. So it's like I've looked at like
I
how
mean,
much it
it's and
costs to have a
cover other
computer.
stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Buy the bootstraps, try to work 8 hours a day, but I have other responsibilities after work as well. Yeah, and if you live alone, a lot of that gets very time consuming and very energy
Real mad.
consuming. Turn off your
Turn
PC.
off your PC.
No, I need channel points.
No. Yes.
Also I can see my waist drifting.
Oof.
There's a lot of stuff that I don't have to do by living with my parents. Well, if I had my own house, I'd have a shit ton of extra effort to do. Living in an apartment, you're kind of freed from a lot of chores. Like, you don't have to do any yard work in an apartment. Any maintenance, it's like, oh, this toilet broke. Landlord, fix it. It's in the lease, fix it.
Actually, that's funny that I actually have that with the house I'm living in right now. I don't have to do the yard work. I don't have to do any of the maintenance because I can just call because I'm renting.
Yes.
So it's like, yeah, here.
Hi, Cyberspace. If you
They
own,
already hire.
it's all
Yeah.
on you.
Owning's different. Yes.
Blue sites. Oh yeah, that's the other reason I would want to move out Trogdor is because, you know, making blue Twitch content is a little bit more difficult when you live with your parents. I need to turn this tracker off and recalibrate.
Oof.
For me, gamer, my parents they have two houses. They have one in Florida, and they have one here in Missouri, and they spend half the year in one and half the year in the other. And so, I live in the lake house in Missouri. It's on the lake. And they're here 6 months. And, you know, I share the place with them. It's not bad. They're not like bad roommates. Every now and then they're a little noisy and wake me up. But, like, I genuinely get along great with my parents and I love them. And then 6 months of the year, for winter, they fly south to warmer areas. And they go live in Florida for 6 months. And so I just have a 4-bedroom house to myself for 6 months. Which again, for $400 a month is kind of fucking insane and a steal of a deal. They are birds, kind of. The only reason I would like move out is to like, if I had somebody who was like, hey, you can stay here for literally no rent. Which I'd want to be helpful and like clean and like help them with chores and whatnot. But if I had a friend that was just like, yeah, I just don't need rent from you, I'd heavily consider that. Because with the money I make on Twitch, I'm breaking even. My money is like kind of hovering, but anytime I have a big expense like a headset, a computer, a treadmill, I kind of just take the hit from savings, which I have. But, you know, I don't know how long savings are going to last. um, that's enough to pay rent alone. Yeah, I used to always tell friends I got a free bedroom with a unit. I'm constantly thinking about moving out eventually now.
So I just looked, and anything that matches my preferences, 2K.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. You could do one roommate and half that, right? Do you think moving out into a 2-bedroom apartment with like a friend, would you prefer that to living with your parents now?
That's the thing. I'm a shut-in neat,
Oof.
so I don't have any IRL friends.
They don't have to. Well, they could be IRL friends, but they could also be like friends from VR chat. There's people that I've known for like 5 years here. Well, honestly, there's people that I've known for only a year here that I'd like, oh, I'd totally move in with you.
That's fair.
Best thing I ever did.
really.
Go ahead.
Maybe I have like 2 or 3 VR chat friends I could talk to and see what we can do, but still a major maybe.
Yeah. What I don't know if you're like in a major city or not. A big reduction in rent is the further away you get from a city, the cheaper it gets. And so when I was working at Tech Systems, it was like, you know, 1,500 for I gotta get the volume. It was like 1,500 for rent near the city, near Dallas. And then it was, you know, you got like an hour commute out, 2 hours commute out, and it would drastically go down in price. I had one guy that I worked with that he had a house that he got for super cheap because he got it in the middle of nowhere, Texas. But he would commute 2 hours. Hi, Octomage. 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours on the way at home, so that he could afford that house.
Yeah.
Best thing I ever did was move halfway across the country. Yeah, like a cute femboy. I absolutely despise commuting.
No.
The most important thing to me is time. And so, like, just losing 4 hours a day driving to work just feels so miserable to me. I would take the money hit to commute less. It's actually one of the reasons I moved from a house to an apartment. The yard was becoming too high maintenance. Rented house and foundation problems. A few more months and you'll be home alone again. It should be like 2 months. I think they're planning to head out in the end of September, which is like, holy shit, really? The last 2 years, hurricanes have kind of put a damper on their Florida plans. And so I think they're very eager to get there as soon as possible this year.
Well, currently there's a tropical storm coming.
Is that like in the next week or two, or is that like in 2 months?
I think in a week or two. Let me double check my side because, you know, I'm in Florida.
I'm very much hoping
There it is.
no hurricane hits Florida this year.
No massive one.
On one hand, I want to say
we
it's
always
because
get hit by one.
right. On one hand, I want to say it's because, you know, hurricane's bad. People lose their lives. There's a lot of damage. It's very, you know, disrupting to a lot of people's lives and well-being. The selfish reason is I want 6 months of the house in Missouri to myself. I will not deny this, but they are birds. Landlords often include yard work in the rent because local laws say the owner is responsible. They don't want to get fined if the renter lets the grass get too tall or don't clear snow or whatever. How long we've known each other? Well, I guess 5 years, Trogdor. Lol. If I had a bomb-ass car, I'd take the 2-hour commute, not gonna lie. I want to move to the complete opposite side of the country. Oh. I don't really care where I am too much. I prefer being northern. The weather doesn't really bother me too much because, I stay inside with the AC. However,
Yeah.
the more north you go, the less bugs you get. So, that's like the biggest factor. I'd want to be close to a city for, better delivery options and internet, but other than that, I don't really care where I am. I was super against going to Texas when I first went there, because that was like, the super conservative, super backward state. That was like, oh god, Texans. I also think Texans are just annoying, because like, I don't know if you've ever seen a show that has like the Texas stereotype of them being like, oh, I'm Texan and everything's bigger and better in Texas. That's just real. That's just a thing. You go to Texas and you're gonna see like a big billboard that's like Texas, where it's bigger and better. So buy our boots at this place because we got the biggest boots. And it's just like, oh my god. Oh my god, this isn't like a TV reality show stereotype that they're just making up. They actually all believe this. Oh fuck. Seattle seems like the place to be for me, at least.
Better.
I have so many friends in Seattle, Micaiah. Wah!
I currently live an hour north of it, so.
Hi, Kuro. Thank you for the raid. Hi, Lopner. How did Pete go? I was like, oh man. If he had started Peak at 7, I probably would have joined. But, it's too close to when I need to get my news. You were... Well, I think you were having fun with For Honor when I was watching. How far did you get in Peak? Did you finish? Thank you, Kuro. Good job today. We have another long day, Kuro. We're gonna be doing our walk, and then playing more Donkey Kong Bonanza after this. It's a long time no see. We all died horrible, funny deaths. Perfect.
I also heard that they added a new mechanic to the game. I think my friend said that you can now cannibalize your friends.
Yep. They added that like a week ago.
Peak, yes.
And they are planning the Mesa update, which is it might have been today? I don't remember the date of the Mesa update, but I know they are planning one. Dinner time. Oh, the new Donkey Kong game, fun. Dude, it's so good, Lopner. It's like... You literally just can break anything. You drop in, you're on a mountain, and you just start fucking punching and breaking rocks open and going wherever you want. It is one of the absolute worst ADHD games because they give you the like fucking monkey sonar where you clap your hands and it like shows you stuff hidden in the rocks. And I've been upgrading this skill, so I clap Donkey Kong's hands, and I can see anything hidden within like 50 feet. And it's like, oh, there's 3 things to get. I collect them all, clap. Oh, there's 3 more things to get. And it's just like, there's no end to the stuff that's buried and hidden. I can literally just spend hours just chasing stuff, collecting. And it's like, oh god, I gotta go. I gotta fucking do this story. I'm never gonna get this game done. I don't want to 100% it. Sounds like a Metroid game. It's very... I'm told it's very, very similar to Mario Odyssey. My tractor's really struggling today. We're gonna try resetting it again. I think I bumped a base station, and it's off and throwing off all of my tracking stuff. I think that's my problem. And so in the next few days, I should try unplugging them all and testing them. And just resetting them. Actually a digging simulator in disguise. Yeah? Yeah, I see the Odyssey similarities too. Like if it were the same game. It's, the absolute... So there's two things that I, like, really want to collect. One is fossils. The fossils are how you buy cosmetics, and so I get to a new level, and I'm like, give me the fossils. Show me the shop and what I can buy. Give me the fossils! I want to turn Donkey Kong pink and put Pauline in cute little cowboy outfits. And then, bananas are how you get skills. And so... just getting more bananas makes it so that you can do cooler and cooler stuff. I have fully upgraded my the DK clap thing, the sonar. Next I really want to upgrade just his ability to break rocks. But I have invested absolutely nothing in health yet. And so I really should, get some health ups. I think I should alternate between Rock Punch and health up. I fixed my car, yippee. Hi, Leon. Good job. Health is overrated.
What do you mean?
God, I remember in Breath of the Wild. If anybody cares about Breath of the Wild spoilers, I guess mute for 5 minutes. Just in time for 60? Hell yeah. Just dodge 5 head. In Breath of the Wild, you needed 13 hearts for the very special item. And I didn't know that. I put everything into stamina. Also, hi, Godsuiter. I think I forgot to say hi to you. Yes, I'm the walking person. I put everything in stamina to get, the extra wheels, climb more stuff.
Yes.
And then I found the special item, which requires 13 hearts, and it was like, fuck! The second game, Tears of the Kingdom, I was like, they're gonna want hearts. I know how this goes. So I invested everything in hearts. I didn't, put anything in stamina for a good, 30 hours. I find the special item, and I'm like, I've got 15 hearts. I should be good. And then it requires stamina, because they switch it up in the second game. I'm like, oh, fuck you! And I had to go, actually switch my stamina and hearts a bit. Health is underrated? Yeah, I think I read that as overrated before, but, health is such a, I don't want to call it a crutch, but it is definitely a, ease of mind. It allows for mistakes, it allows you to not be punished for, just things, and game clowning. Dude, I felt so fucking betrayed. I was like, I should have been rewarded for my knowledge of the past game. I knew the thing, and you just fucking fucked me with it, damn it!
But wait, Pepe.
Hi, Dino Zoomies. Stamina only is based. Imagine someone spoiling that you need 13 hearts. Oh god. Nintendo be like, LOL fooled you, LOL, good morning, happy Monday, cuties. The old switcheroo classic, you tried cheating, SMH. Okay, Breath of the Wild came out 9 years ago. If you don't want to be spoiled by it, I'm sorry, but it's a Master Sword. It's a fucking Master Sword. We're gonna talk about it. I was watching a stream 5 years ago. The community for the streamer had basically bought the streamer a Switch. He was playing Breath of the Wild on stream. And we're trying to be vague and not give him any spoilers, right? And for the most part, everybody's being really good, not spoiling anything. And at one point somebody goes, did he find the thing? And I'm like, do you mean the thing in the place? And he's like, yeah. And the third person goes, the thing in the place that takes this many things? And we're like, yeah, that thing. Don't mention that thing. Yeah, that thing. Okay, the thing in the place that takes that many things. Yes. We all know. We're all like, And this lovable, just adorable, just absolutely wholesome being of a human being that was just really fucking stupid in this moment goes, are you guys talking about the Master Sword in the Lost Woods that you need 13 hearts for? And we're like,
No!
buddy, what the fuck are you doing? Wow. He just like picked up on 0 cues. Just caught none of the like secrecy and vagueness that we're discussing. Dude, this tracker is really bad today. And just perfectly describes the thing we're talking about. And we're like, yeah, we were. Bro?
I can't believe it.
I'm gonna try flipping this way. I think it will be better like this. It was so just like... literally all of us like speaking in an encrypted code. And like so happy and content with ourselves that we all know and the streamer doesn't know.
Time.
And this poor guy just caught none of it. Good times. What a moment to be there. Banned. He was not banned. We did chastise him. We were like, hey man, what the fuck? And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. It's one of those things that like, he's gonna carry it with him forever. We still tell the story. We still call him 13 Hearts Power Crank. And he's like, I'm never living this down.
I wouldn't live it down if that were me.
Right in front of the camera. Yeah. Rotation. Does Master Sword straight up kill you if you don't have enough hearts? It won't kill you.
Not the first time. It can kill you if you try to do it again afterwards.
Oh, I didn't know it would kill you if you try to do it again after. The first time you will let go. It can kill you
if you just keep trying.
If you don't have the 13 hearts, Link will let go the first time he tries. Wow, that's hilarious. Actually, you know what? I have seen that. I have seen clips of people like trying to pull it again and just like Link falling over and dying.
Or you could do the exploit where you could just grab the Master Sword even if you don't have enough hearts.
Yeah, I mean, the way Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are, there's just so many physics exploits you can do.
Bro, the amount of patches that they did for Tears of the Kingdom is ridiculous.
They were trying to patch like rupee duping and like item duping, and it was just like, why? Why do you care about this? Because like,
no, like why do you care? It's a solo game and let people have fun.
It's a solo game, and also like people weren't gonna discover these dupes on accident. They were so like, you have to do very specific inputs, very specific actions that a person like accidentally doing this would never find on their own. And so like, if it's not going to ruin the experience for your average player, why? I know of a certain person where if you try to be vague about something, there's a good chance they'll blurt out the thing, Lamau. I have learned, Micaiah, that being vague or just sharing secrets in general with Ellie is the dumbest thing I can do. Because she is the biggest fucking mouth and cannot keep a secret to save her life. Literally like, okay, Ellie, you need to not share this secret with this person.
No. Shit.
Or we break your arm. And she'd be like, oh, I don't want my arm broken.
Okay.
But like, I need to talk to them about it. And it's like, Ellie, please. I love Ellie so much. There are things that I'm like, oh, I want to talk to Ellie about this. Nope. Maybe I wait a little bit. Maybe I hold my tongue for a week or two to see, like, if it becomes public knowledge first. Because if I do talk about it, it will be guaranteed public knowledge. No fun allowed. Menu overloading in Breath of the Wild looks pretty funny. Don't think it works on overclocked Wii U. Just a silly deer. What's really funny, Micaiah, is when, like, she tells on herself. So, like, she'll have a secret that's on her mind, and nobody's saying anything about it. Nobody is, like, talking about this, but, like, the slightest relevance to it at all, and she'll be like, oh, well, gosh, since everybody knows, yep, here's this revealing secret about myself, and there's been a few times where I've been like, Ellie, literally nobody knew. Literally nobody, like, had jumped to that conclusion in the slightest. I'm happy for you, I guess, but literally nobody knew until you shared. She's like, oh, fuck. She's done that so many times. Donkey Kong is fun, though. Donkey Kong is... We're spending too much time doing side quests, and so if we want to finish it today, we're like, we might have to just, like, really focus on the story and stop going for side stuff, because we're at a point where, like, we're on stage 4. We saw the Donkey Kong Direct. So we know there's a bunch more stuff coming. But, like, we haven't seen it yet, so we're like, oh, shit. Poor Ellie. Not even hearing being bullied. She'd like it. She'd like it. Ellie's the type of person, and I'm the same with this regard. But she shows up, hey guys, how's everybody doing? And we go, hey Ellie, we were talking about you. She's immediately blushing, going, oh my god, really? What did you say? What were you saying about me? And it's like, yeah. Ellie is living life right now. No press is bad press. I don't know if that would apply to Ellie. It definitely doesn't apply to me.
I'm also gonna say, but, exploring all the side quests. Pieces of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Literally.
Piece of candy.
Ooh, piece of candy. They fucking look like candy in Donkey Kong. The golden bananas literally just look like, Nerds bananas.
Nerds.
God, I said that and now I'm like, oh, I haven't had Nerds in fucking a decade and I kind of want some now.
Yeah, what you talk about is like, damn, you remember them as a kid and now you want them again.
Yup. Banana. Anytime you get a banana in the game, you hear the fucking voice go, oh, banana. And it's just like, great. I'm gonna be hearing that on replay in my head for the next 6 months. Halloween candy soon? True. The game is good. The game is really fun. Welcome back.
Hi, back.
I
I'm
had
Gamer.
it.
Good to meet you.
Hey, I'm Cookie.
For people that have a Switch, I actually don't know if Donkey Kong is on or playable on the original Switch, but it's one of those games that I highly recommend for people that get a Switch 2, whether now or eventually. I've had a lot of fun with it. It's also just like, I don't know. The characters are just fun in the game. Donkey Kong is such a fucking goofball. I guess he's always kind of been a goofball. But, like, I guess this is my first Donkey Kong game, so I really get to see it this one. There's a lot of personality. Look who's talking. What do you mean? How dare you? How dare you?
It's hard being...
The other game we played yesterday was Planet Crafter with our Sunday group, Senro Logitech, One Blue Sheep. We played it for 5 hours, I think, 4.5 hours. For, I'd say 2.5 hours. I was good. I was, putting down heat pumps. I was putting down drills. I was, doing the planet crafting stuff. And after 2.5 hours, I started falling the fuck asleep. And so, it was a good hour of stream of me, like, kind of just running around, trying to build extractors and whatnot, but literally just nodding off for 5 seconds at a time. And going around building the extractors, I had to take the car with me because I needed bigger inventory space. Planet Crafter isn't exactly stimulating. Not really. It's definitely one of those games that's like, I could play for 3 hours on my own, or 10 hours, basically just whatever mood I'm in. But I would never typically play it while tired. It doesn't keep you awake. Certainly not like Donkey Kong does. But there was a good hour of me going around the map, updating our ore extractors from tier 2 to tier 3. And I'm driving the car around, and I would close my eyes, and I would open them like 5 seconds later, and my screen is just completely different. I'm no longer on the road. I've like gone into a fucking ditch in the car, and I'm like, oh fuck, I fell asleep. How much chat has gone by? And I look at chat, and like there's 1 or 2 messages. I've got Riddle being like, this guy fucking sucks at driving. I'm like, oh, it's because I'm tired. Fuck off. But like, I was just 100% literally just dozing off while playing Planet Crafter for an hour. At the 3.5 hour mark, I started building a house. We unlocked a new building type, and I was like, you know what? This will make a cooler house than the one I have. And so, and I don't really have that much to do in Planet Crafter. There's a lot of like just waiting for things to tick up. And so, I basically placed the foundation for this new house, and spent an hour moving all of my decorations from one to the other. And I don't know what it was. Hi, media. But just redecorating woke me the fuck up. And I was like, ready to go, full of energy the last hour of Planet Crafter. Once I finished moving everything, then I was like, okay. Let's go, let's meet back up with Cairo. He was playing Battlefield with Scriggles and Keo. I stole him back. We got back on Donkey Kong for, I think, another 3 hours. And, yeah. That was fun. What a nightmare, those poor rocks. Euland, that's me. You know, it's funny, media.
Hello.
Hi, Elaine.
Oh, hey, Malaine. It's good to see you.
It's funny you say that, media, because that's my monk's name. In World of Warcraft, where you have to have a different character for each class, you can't have the same name on the same server. So I would just start like, I know you told me, you just start making new names for all your characters. So my monk was like Yewlind. You fell on asleep a few times before we're used to it? Huh? I did not understand that sentence, Trogdor.
I'm actually gonna go and eat some breakfast. I have yet to do so. So
Okay.
I'll probably see you later.
Have a good one. It was a treat to see
There was
you.
crossover over here.
It's all good. Yeah.
Have you seen Maline's new outfit?
Yeah, cuties.
Yes, I have. Maline's
so
always
happy.
so
I think of I still think of them as the Senko fox, just because that's what I've seen for so many years. But this is so good.
Big squishy.
But change is also really good too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy to have my own character now.
Hell yeah.
He's a big old floof floof now.
Hi, Scriggles.
He's still floofy. He's still adorable floof.
I mean, it fit a druid because, well, you is a tree. Yeah.
And
Here's the problem with the druid media. The druid is like my OG character.
I like
English
when you do
optional.
that. You have crumbs on your mouth.
The druid was the character I made back in Vanilla WoW 20 years ago. And like anytime I needed like a new character, it's like, oh, we're playing on this server now, let's make a rogue or something. I'll make my 4th rogue, my 5th rogue or whatever. But the druid is like, I won't make new druids. I will always just go back to that old druid and play that one again. And so that one has the name from like, well, it doesn't have the same name it had 20 years ago. Originally it was Murakumo. I think now it's technically like Ueho, which was a name from like 11 years ago. Okay. They're fucking using steppy emotes in my chat. I cringe thinking of my old character names. The first 2 characters I made, I literally hit the randomized name button in World of Warcraft. And I think the names were Darun and Mauran. And then when I made my druid, it was, I watched the 3rd movie of Inuyasha. And the 3rd movie is about the 3rd sword of Inuyasha's dad. So a big thing in Inuyasha was that his dad died, left behind 2 swords. There were the 2 brothers, Inuyasha and Sesshomaru. And Inuyasha, he gave the strong fighting sword. And Sesshomaru, the older brother that's pure demon, he gave the healing sword, the Tenseiga. And the older brother's always mad about that and wants Inuyasha's sword. In this movie, there's a 3rd sword called like the Sword of Hell, but it was called like it was labeled the Fang of Murakumo. And so I'm sitting there going, oh, this is the lore drop. This is the reveal that Inuyasha's dad's name is Murakumo, because they've never named him before this. His name must be Murakumo because Fang of Murakumo. You know, the others 2 swords are called his fangs. And so this is his name's Murakumo. I want to be ahead of the thing, so like I want to be getting the OG Murakumo name. And then when they name drop it in like 2-3 years, everybody's going to be trying to get it, but there's already gonna be me. Yeah, that wasn't his name at all. That just ended up not being his name because shocker, the movies are not fucking canon. And so Murakumo was just some anime name. No idea what it means. But I went by that name on the druid for years. In Burning Crusade, I mained a Blood Elf hunter named Saja, which was a name I just stole from a guild leader on a different server. On the Drakthol server, I had a guild leader that was a undead warrior named Saja. And then when I made a hunter on the Maiev server, I just was like, Saja's a cool name, and I can't think of stuff on my own. Played that for Burning Crusade. Oh god. In Wrath of the Lich King, my Death Knight's name was Noxidium. Because a friend of mine on DeviantArt, she had done, her name was Calicat, if I remember correctly. She had done an art trade with someone's OC that was named Noxidium. And I saw the piece of art and I was like, whoa, Noxidium's a really cool name. Is that a character you made? Can I use that name? And my dumb friend was like, I don't know, probably. Yeah. Just completely forgetting that it was like their friend's OC that she had done an art trade with. And so it was like, yeah, just, you know, go ahead. And so I go by the name Noxidium. Somehow the person on DeviantArt finds out that I'm using the name Noxidium, and they start messaging me on DeviantArt. That's my OC. You're stealing my intellectual rights and property. You need to change the name right now. And I'm like, fucking what? No. I'm not gonna do that. all my friends call me Nox. And she's like, you can't do this. This is my name. I will run you off the site. And I was like, okay. And so, like, pretty sure they Google themselves. Yes. Well, so what happened was, I made like a journal post on DeviantArt about my, my death night. And somebody saw it and they were like, that name comes from this person. And I was like, yeah, that's not me. They were like, oh, so I'm pretty sure they went and told the person, and they're like, this person's using your name. She got all upset. There's a blog post she did about it. At some point, she did a whole blog post, about, about me stealing the name. And so, I kind of used the name for a bit more. But it was like, I didn't like the name at this point. All of my friends called me Nox, because, you know, they'd known me as Noxidium till now. Can we cancel you again? And so, trying to cancel 13-year-old Yoon? Yeah, literally I was like 14 or 15 years old. And this girl's trying to cancel me. She probably was like 18 or something. God, we love how stupid kids can be. After that, we were meant to stop. After that, towards the end of Wrath Lich King, I kept using the name Nox, but I eventually name changed when I server transferred. And I started going by Nox Lum. Because Nox from Noxidium, Lum from Diablo 2 Lum Runes. And I liked Nox Lum a lot more than Noxidium. Going into Kata, I played a warrior named Seo. Because clearly I didn't like just taking names, right? Clearly I wanted to be able to come up with my own name. But it wasn't working, right? I tried it, well, I wasn't good at coming up with my own names, and when I used other people's names, it just, you know, bit me in the ass. So this time, I was like, I want a weeb name. I like anime. I'm gonna get a weeb-ass name. But how do I do this? I didn't want to just, like, find a character from an anime. Like, I didn't want to name myself Inuyasha or something. So I opened Google Maps. I think I was playing a lot of, Samurai Warriors and Sengoku Basara at the time. So I literally looked at the area where some of my favorite fights take place in the game, and I just zoomed in. I just zoomed in on, like, neighborhood districts in Japan, until I saw one that seemed like it'd be a kinda nice sounding name. And I found one in the Shikoku Islands, which is like the very tropical South Islands of Japan. And I found, it was like a small town called Seiyo. S-E-I-Y-O. So, Seiyo? I have no idea how to say it. Massive weeb. Were you scared at all when the blog post came out? Not really. Well, so here's the thing, Octomage. I found the blog post like 2 years after the conversation. Like, she messaged me on MSN, and we argued there for like 30 minutes. And it ended with me being like, I'm not changing the name. This is stupid. Keep messaging me if you want, but I'm gonna stop reading. And God, I've got like fucking hair in my eye. Ah! It ended with me being like, yeah, I don't care about this or you. And her being like, well, I'm gonna cancel you. Literally, I'm going to cancel you. She apparently complained about me with the blog post and in her DeviantArt journals. And people started commenting on my DeviantArt page. Like, I was literally having people on my wall in DeviantArt complaining that I'm an art thief, complaining that I steal, that I should get off the site, that they've reported me. DeviantArt did nothing about this. Because they were just like, you know, oh, this is clearly someone harassing someone. Who cares? I didn't know about this for a good 6 months because I never checked my wall in DeviantArt. I would log on to DeviantArt every day, go to the Deviations tab, look at the 50 pieces of art that the people I followed had drawn since I checked yesterday. You know, I followed like 500 accounts, and across all of them, there'd typically be like 50 pieces of art to look at. So it was like, ah, yes, the daily art posts of things I like. I love DeviantArt so much. Genuinely, I did love DeviantArt. And then I would close it. I, didn't think anyone would post on my wall, because I was a lurker. I didn't post art myself. And so, 6 months after this whole thing, I'm looking for something else. I'm looking for, a favorited post. And I see, 47 messages on my wall. And I'm like, 47 messages? What the fuck is this? And I click on my wall, and there's, a ton of just, one-sentence messages. You're a dirty art thief. Stop stealing and, get help. And it was just oh. 6 months ago. Oh. So it was literally they tried to cancel me. And it did fuck all. The feeling of, I'm not that famous, why the fuck am I getting so many pings? I had that before on Twitter. It was literally okay. Log in, see 40 notice. Uh-oh. I get that a lot when when Lugs tags me. I'll hang out with Lugs for a day and he'll be like, I hung out with Yuland and took pictures, and then it'll be 57 people liked this post that you were mentioning. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, right. I hung out with Lugs. But so it was 6 months after I found out about the wall. 2 years later, I found the blog post, and I was like, oh my god. This girl was a little bit of a nutcase. So I wanted to get away from Noxidium. Went with Noxlum for the second half of Wrath of the Lich King. Going into Cataclysm, I zoomed in on the town of Seio and used that name. I switched to Warlock and took the name Geppetta because, again, weeb. This is the Japanese name for Banette, the ghost Pokemon, which was very fitting to me as a Warlock, because Banette is the curse Pokemon. I immediately hated the name, because my guild would call me their little Geppetto. It's like the name, the guy in Pinocchio, Geppetto, and I was like, okay, this name sucks, I hate my friends. I switched to the name Nikopol, which is the name of Viral's theme in Gurren Lagann. I went by Nikopol for a while. They're all still calling me Nox, by the way. They're all still calling me Nox, but they're teasing me about these names. When I switched to Nikopol, they're calling me their little Russian. Going into Mists of Pandaria, I stopped raiding with this guild. I go and play other games. I think I was naming myself after Pokemon. And so, I named my rogue Lilligant, and I joined some random trade chat guild. And they would call me Lils. They would call me Lils. And I had a lot of fun with that guild. And it was a good time. Eventually I stopped playing with them, to play Ragnarok Online with my ex. I used the name Corsola, still on the Pokemon kick. Hi, I'm playing Miss. And then coming back to World of Warcraft, I think I took the name Corsola because, okay. I played Mists of Pandaria as a rogue named Lilligant. I stopped playing Mists of Pandaria to play Ragnarok Online 2. I play a sorceress named Corsola. Then I play Rift. My warrior's name is Gumi. And that's all with the X. The X and I then go back to World of Warcraft. And I think my rogue, because we server transferred, I changed the rogue's name to Nargacuga, I think. And then I stopped playing to go play WildStar. On WildStar, I played for 8 months a stalker named Crocodile. WildStar doesn't really like, I'm not having fun with it. So I go back to WoW and join my ex's guild. But I didn't tell him I was joining. I basically just got into the guild through a mutual friend and I was like, hey, nobody but you knows it's me. Keep that on the down low. And I used the name Corsola, which is the name I used in Ragnarok Online 2. And so I join. They take me to raid. My ex is like the raid leader. And he's like, wait, your name is Corsola? And like, I'm not talking in Ventrilo. I'm only talking in guild chat. And I'm like, yeah, I really like Pokemon. And he's like, oh yeah, I guess it is a Pokemon name. One of my best friends used the name Corsola in games. I'm like, oh, they sound cool. And they're like, yeah, they were. And then I would just like, I would say things that were like inside jokes between the two of us, but seemed innocent. So one thing like my ex and I would always say is, are you trolling me? You have to be trolling me. You're not this stupid. You're trolling me. And we'd draw out the trolling. And so I would always say, I did this for like 3 days, just fucking with him. I would constantly say, are you trolling me? And he's like, yeah, you have to be Goomy. You have to be. And I was like, I don't know who Goomy is, dude. And he's like, this ass. Dude, I was such a little shit. I think, once it was time for raid, and I joined Ventrilo, I didn't immediately talk. But they were like, okay, you're the hunter, so we need you to drop a frost trap here on this part. And I was like, I'm gonna use, I think in call I said, are you trolling me? Frost trap and raid? He's like, I knew it was you! Fuck you, you piece of shit! I see nothing has changed. I think I have a bit more restraint. I would not draw out a joke like this for 3 days. Because looking back, I'm like, 3 days is a long time to run a joke like that. That's almost cruel. Hi, Nomasu. Damn, also hi. And so I wouldn't run a joke that long. But I went by Corsola for a very brief time. Going into WoD... Let me catch up on chat and then I'll go into WoD. Were you scared when the blog post came out? I didn't know about it for 2 years, so nah. It was kind of like an after-the-fact thing. I might have been if I saw it come out, but it was really like, oh, this came out 2 years ago, and I literally didn't even know it because it was so inconsequential. Oh, damn, he old. Fuck you! I remember people tried to cancel me. It was a tweet in 2016. People would randomly find and try to fight me for it. And just go, whoa, that's past me. I'm not like that guy anymore. They get all grumpy because they went for the attack without seeing how old the tweet was. Are you Octomage? I'm right about the usual. Funnily enough, the Zwei of my name came from my WoW guild, shortening my rogues S-Vimes to Zwei. But I wanted a surname like Vimes to add to it. Such a deviant. The feeling of I'm not that famous had that foreign Twitter login 40 notice. Now my head always goes to Geppetto when you say that one. I put a lot of effort into names. Well, okay, when thinking of Yulin, I put a lot of effort into it to not have a bad shortening of the name or something that it sounds like. I didn't want the 2-syllable shortening of my name that people were inevitably going to use to be something that wasn't good. Hi, I'm playing Mist. You join guilds from the chat spam. I refuse to apply for guilds. The last time I did that was at the start of Mists of Pandaria. And that guild fell apart in 3 weeks, and one of the officers actively, was extremely condescending and, had a high horse and loved putting others down to make herself feel better. They thought they were way better than they actually were. And so it was just like, yeah, I'm not doing the fucking job application of a guild app anymore. I will join a friends guild, or fuck it, I'll join a trade chat guild. And so, in Mists of Pandaria, I joined a trade chat guild. I joined the Lollipop Guild. And honestly, Zwei, it was one of the best experiences I've ever had raiding. I joined as... Okay, well, hold on. In Mists of Pandaria, I joined a guild on my Warlock. But 25 Vans were dying, and this guild fell apart after 5 weeks, and that guild sucked. The officer there was a piece of shit and, like, extremely condescending. I then started applying to guilds on my Warlock. On, like, 3 different servers I had connections with. And I wasn't finding anything as a Warlock. And so while I was looking for guilds, I started leveling a Rogue. And I was actually having a lot of fun with the Rogue. The Rogue was like... I was just good at it, and I like it when I'm good at things. And so... I hit max level, and I'm like, what if I don't play the Warlock? Instead of raiding as that, I raid as the Rogue. And so I looked at, you know, guilds on the Rogue. And I was like, man, do I really want to go through the process of filling out fucking guild applications again? No. I'm just gonna message a guild in trade chat. And I see a message. Do you guys want to raid? Are you tired of shit like guild applications? We don't have trash like that. You come in, and if you don't suck, you'll stay. The Lollipop Guild. And so I was like, I don't think I'll suck. My gear's a little behind because I just hit 90. But, you know, I really don't want to do I really don't want to do guild applications, and I don't have any friends playing WoW right now. And they're like, you're in, because they had roster issues. They needed a fucking 5th DPS. And so, I joined them. And the first week, this guild is bad. They have killed 1 boss in normal Mogushan vaults. They are not good. But, like, their guild, they should be doing better. Well, their gear, they should be doing better. So I join. We kill... I think we killed 2 bosses my first week there. And I think I got loot. I think I got daggers. And I was the bottom DPS. The second week, I think we killed 3 or maybe 4 bosses. And I get like 2 pieces of loot. So my gear is catching up. The third week, I'm top DPS. I've been running like a lot of heroics outside the raid and gearing up. And so by the 3rd week, I'm top DPS. And I'm like, nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about the DPS at all. And I'm like, this is weird. I find out none of them. Oh my god, shut the hell up. Alright, you're getting muted. You're getting muted. I find out none of the DPS run damage meters. Good morning, Cairo, by the way. And so, I started doing this kind of shitty thing of like, I'm doing top damage. I want them to acknowledge that I'm doing really good damage. So we would do a fight, and I'd be like, oh wow, BM Hunter. You did really good on that fight. And they're like, what do you mean I did really good on that fight? I was like, well, your damage is just really high. Like, you just, you know, you just played perfectly that fight. Your damage is high. Good job. And they'd be like, I don't run a damage meter. Can you show me? And I'd be like, well, we're not supposed to post, you know, DPS meters in chat, but, yeah, I can whisper it to you. And I whisper him, you know, the damage meter. And it's got him as second doing, like, you know, 100k DPS. And then me as first doing, like, 130k DPS. And so, they'd be like, whoa. Wait, you're doing that much higher than me? I was like, oh, well, I mean, yeah, I'm doing these things, but... And so what ended up happening is I turned all 4 of the other DPS, players who were perfectly content just showing up to raid, doing their part, having fun with the group. I emotionally manipulated all of them into being hyper competitive. But here's the thing, Zwei. All of them were still very polite and, like, not really negative and, like, ego parsers with it. So it was a very polite, very, like, hey, we're all friends, but everybody wants to be top DPS, and they are actively trying and bettering themselves and looking at meters.
You actively stoked the rivalry.
I actively stoked the rivalry, and, like, here's the thing. I also, like, helped them and, you know, taught them how to play, right? A lot of them would be like, how do I get better? I want to be doing as much damage as you. And I'd be like, you need to be going to this site, you need to be using these tools, read these things. Like, I was genuinely helping them get better, and they all got better. It got to the point where all 5 DPS in this 10-man guild were, like, actively looking up information, excited to see, like, new stuff, excited to see buff and patch notes, and, like, we didn't have a, this person is always top DPS. We had, this fight, these 2 are going to be top. This next fight, it's going to be one of these 3. This fight, it's probably going to be the Warlock, right? It became like, hi, Hobbit. It was like this weird, extremely polite, extremely formal, like, no toxicity, but extremely competitive situation that is honestly, like, one of my proudest moments in World of Warcraft, and, like, it was just, God,
Honestly,
it was just
that's
fun.
the dream.
Yeah, it was genuinely like, this is so fun. That guild, we ended up full clearing normal. We killed all the bosses on normal, but we kind of struggled with heroic. And Legion raids, my only competition for AoE bosses was the other balance druid. The DPS of this guild was in a good spot. The tanks were dog shit, and the healers were dog shit. And so we started having roster issues. And so we kind of merged with another guild. And this other guild had a bunch of, like, their alts that wanted to do DPS and tanks in their alt raid. Which kind of meant, like, they needed DPS players for their alt raid. Well, our healers and tanks sucked, so, like, they didn't adjust well. Because suddenly they're in a group that's like, you're doing this wrong, you don't get to come if you're going to be bad. Like, the spot goes to the better player. And so the healers and the tanks kind of just faded out, and the DPS joined this other guild. And at this point I was like, I'm having fun, but, like, I've got this new boyfriend that can't play WoW, so we're going to go play Ragnarok Online too. So I left the guild to go play Ragnarok Online too. But that guild, that first patch of Mists of Pandaria was easily the best time of Mists of Pandaria for me. Throne of Thunder is, like, probably my favorite raid in the game. But Mogushan Vaults, Heart of Fear, and Endless Spring just holds a special place in my heart. This ass, I see nothing has changed. Damn, Ella, also hi. BRB looking up things that sound like or are close enough to Yuli to annoy you with BRB, just kidding. He is unaware that Yuli means in Cantonese clueless. This is a joke. In Destiny 2, I started my own guild. Oh my god, shut the hell up. That's my favorite cutie Cairo. I'm in the anti-damage meter conglomeration. Yulin ruining the game for 4 more WoW players. Damage meters are like, there's such a, like, knife's edge balance, because the moment you encourage them in any way, you get WoW player mentality, which is the most toxic, just the most vile community. You get parsers, and that shit sucks. But damage meters are such a good tool for bettering yourself and becoming a better player that, like, if I don't run a damage meter, I'm just dog ass at the game. The damage meter, like, it heavily motivates me to do better and be better as a player. And when I don't have it, I'm just like, I could be doing less damage than the healer, and I don't know. And I don't care, because I don't know. It's one of those, like, it comes with such a bad, like, mentality and, like, swing of attitudes.
It's
But-
a double-edged sword.
Mm-hmm.
Some people forget that it's a co-op game, that you're
Yeah.
both working on the same boss.
Mm-hmm. Just a little emotional manipulating to make our DPS worth a damn. SMH teaching them how to turn the game into more of a job than it already was, SMH. In Legion raids, my only competition for AoE bosses was the other balance druid. Dialed in, how are you, Cairo? Legion was weird for me. In Legion, I raided as a Blood Death Knight. And I like to think I was damn good. I did not, like, split my stats between DPS and tanking. I went full tankiness. As the main tank of a Mythic raid. And so, there was a lot of stuff that we could just single tank on Mythic, because as a Death Knight, I could just do single take shenanigans. The guild, they were a Mythic guild, they were sweaty, they were a little toxic. I stopped putting in as much effort in Nighthold, and they were like, our tank doesn't care, why does our important role in this guild half-ass the game? Even though it was very clearly never the problem. Just that I was putting in less effort was upsetting to them. So, like, 7 of them threatened to leave the guild unless I stopped tanking. Guild leader's like, we got roster issues, dude, you gotta step down from tanking. I was like, okay. They bring in this, like, Mythic Plus tank, who's never raided in his life. And the guy just sucked. He didn't suck, but he had a lot of learning to do. And it was like, on one hand, it sucked to be like, this guy's going to replace you. You're not good enough. But it was extremely fucking satisfying when he kept being not able to do the stuff that I would do. And, like, I never said shit. I never said anything. But, like, there would be trash pulls where I would have pulled, like, 3 groups together and not lost threat on any of them. And so, like, this guy, he would pull, like, 1 group. And then somebody would be like, why are we only pulling this 1 group at a time? Well, I don't know what we could pull. Well, the last tank pulled 3 things. Meanwhile, I'm there on a Warlock, right? Half the guild doesn't know that I'm literally still fucking playing in the group. The last guy could pull 3 groups at once. And this tank would be like, oh, I gotta prove I'm better than the last Death Knight tank they had, right? So then, the next pull, he would try to pull 3 groups. But it would have been a situation where it's like, pull the 3 easy groups together, and then pull the singular guy that's like a mini-boss by himself. And so he would pull an easy group, get told, why are you pulling so little? And then he would pull 2 other easy groups and the mini-boss and wipe the raid. And people would be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, you guys told me to pull more! And I was like, you should pull these 3 groups together and then pull the mini-boss on his own. He does this mechanic that you cannot involve a lot of extra ads with. And, like, this guy, he talked a lot of fucking shit. When he first joined, he was really eager to prove himself as better than me. And having to sit him down and teach him, like, every week at least 1 thing, it was extremely fucking validating for me. But I had stepped down on the tank, I started raiding on the Warlock. The Warlock was okay, so I eventually started raiding on an Arms Warrior. But, good times. Name-wise, because I think I got up to Seo and Nikopol. No, I got up to Orsola. Going into WoD, I was doing Pokemon names. I think I was playing a hunter named Seviper. We took a break for Blackrock Depths. The X and I came back with the old Naptime guild that I played with in Kata and Wrath of the Lich King. And with them, I played a warlock. I think initially it was named Chandelure, but I eventually changed it to Yue Noroi, because we wanted to do the Yue names. Going into Legion. Oh god. I think my Death Knight's name was Yue Yari? I forget. And then after Legion, what was after Legion? After Legion was BFA. Came back and played. Oh, I don't remember what my character. I think I was still doing UA names. Had that falling out with that ex. Granted, we weren't even dating at that point, but had that falling out. Switched to Horde and played Shaman. And I went back to my Lum name, so the Diablo 2 Lum rune plus Pokemon names. Elemental Shaman is very lightning based, so lightning Pokemon I chose Pachirisu. Lum rune, Pachirisu, Lumarisu. Cute name in my eyes. Stopped playing early BFA because it kind of sucked. Shadowlands Shadowlands comes out. I had started going by Yuland in Twitch. And so I started playing, yeah?
I'm thinking about heading off.
Okay. Thank you for stopping by.
I need to check up on some people, so I'm gonna be heading out as well. It was really
Okay.
good being here.
Yeah,
all
you're always
heckin'
welcome.
lovely and
It's a treat to see you.
Always a joy.
Bye-bye. I've been going by Yuland in World of Warcraft for 3 expansions
Yuland.
now. Yeah.
I'm gonna cave your head in with a brick.
Why?
Because they said we're comfy and nice here.
I have to prove that I'm not. I didn't realize I was also muted.
No.
Have
Yeah,
I just not talked the whole time?
You've not said anything the whole time.
Oh, well, that's awkward, isn't it?
Yeah, you just... The first thing you said was,
I tried
Yuland, I'm gonna cave your head in
I
with a
tried-
brick.
I tried the chip in, but I was like, okay, I guess he's busy talking.
Yeah, I got promoted in UMA. I'm the top class.
Does that mean you lose every daily race in team trials?
What do you mean? No.
Okay. I don't fully know what it
you-
means, so I just can't wait to get demoted.
You get more currency
Mm-hmm.
the higher you are, and like you get more currency for retaining it.
Okay.
But yeah, I am currently place 15,877, and I am in demotion range.
Hi, Maru.
Yeah, I have to get to be in the top 7,000 players to stay up here.
Oh. You got this. I got class 6 in Uma, Bark. Huge, can't wait to get demoted, this dumb airhead. Time to get just 10k below and get demoted. Comfy. I'm in too high of a bracket in team trials for my shitty team. Keep getting stomped, Lamau. Hi, Maru. I have this crazy strong Maru Zensky that on my daily races, I can now do the top rank and just win easily every time. So in the team trials, I was like, well, I always lost with my Maru. Maybe now I can win. And so I tried doing the top tier of the team trials. And yeah, my Maru Zensky won. I think one of my other horses won. I think maybe my Haru won. The others got fucking stomped. So.
Well, you know how that. Okay, Yolan, do you need me to put it in WoW terms?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, in the PvP, if you pick the top one, that's above your item level. The middle one is around on your item level, and then the bottom one is below your item level.
Hmm. Okay.
If you
I
want to
see.
look at it that way.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
So if you want easy wins in team trial, you pick the bottom one. But that doesn't give you a lot of points, but it'll give you the little rewards and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze.
Basically, You want to challenge the top one if you pop like consumes for it.
Okay. I'm gonna head up some leftover pizza. I'll be back. Okay.
Hell yeah.
My food today is gonna be 3 protein bar cinnamon rolls. Until we're done streaming.
Ewan,
Hi.
you said you had food ready.
Yeah, I do. 3
I'm-
protein bar
I'm
cinnamon
killing you.
rolls.
I'm killing you.
Your diet saddens me? What do you fucking want me to have a roast turkey ready for stream today? What the fuck? Yes? Fuck you.
Yeah, kinda.
Sounds good. It's great snack food. It's not crazy unhealthy. It's not unhealthy. It's just like, okay, I'm hungry. Have one of these. That was filling. We'll eat another in 2 to 3 hours. And then once we finish streaming, I'll have potatoes. Pisser. Work focus now. Okay. Your diet sickens me. Yes. It's not even like a normal thing, Hobbit. This is literally just, I want food that I can stream 14 hours straight without going AFK for 10 to 20 minutes. Sounds good. WoW Talk made me want to look at my raid leads Twitch. Check out old clips for Legion raid clips that I'm in. So the new raid comes out tomorrow, Micaiah. I'm so fucking excited for it. You know what I eat? You know why it sans me, Lamau? Yeah, but you're like, Hobbit, you're attributing this to my normal food. This is not like, I don't eat 5 protein bars every day. I kind of wish I could, but that's really fucking expensive. This is like, your normal food sans me too. This is just like, I have a long stream day. This happens once every 2 months. We just need something that I can easily snack on while raiding or while playing. Your normal food sans me too. I'm gonna put that something protein bar. Insert funny joke here. The raid comes out tomorrow. It is it is very ethereal and void themed. I'm gonna be starting as a shadow priest. My dumbass had a conversation with somebody about hunters recently. A couple sandwiches maybe, or a burrito. You can microwave soup. Well, see, I don't even want to step away. I don't want to, like, step away from the computer when I'm streaming. So, like, a good stream meal to me is just something that's, like, doesn't need to be heated up. Doesn't need to be, prepared. It's literally just ready. And so protein bars, I've literally got a box of them. Open the wrapper. Nom nom nom. Done. You aren't allowed to switch. So the sandwiches? Sandwiches would be good for that. I don't really want to prepare them beforehand. Because I wouldn't want to, like... To me, I make a sandwich, I'm, like, taking the ingredients, putting them on a plate. It'd have to be, like, you make the sandwich, and then... I guess Tupperware, but... Be a good boy and stay away from hunters. It's too late, Ganna. I was playing my hunter for an hour this morning. I woke up at 7. I woke up at 7:30. Played my hunter for 30 minutes. And then at 8 I got off WoW and was collecting news for the day. He's gone, chat. Okay, here's what happened. There are a range of classes based on difficulty in World of Warcraft. Right? The easy classes. There is Beast Mastery Hunter, Ret Paladin, and Devastation Evoker. These classes are like, you can't fuck them up. They're just simple, right? At least that's the common stigma of them. And I mentioned that, and somebody, I'm not gonna name them, but some people can probably figure it out. Somebody was like, these are not hard classes. Ret Paladin is. Devastation has a little bit going on. But Beast Mastery, it's not hard, but it's like middle ground. It's not the easiest class in the game. And I'm sitting here like, what? I've always known Beast Mastery is like the easiest fucking class in the game. Like, you can't fuck up Beast Mastery Hunter. But their argument was there is a massive variance. Hello, hand? There's a massive variance between, you know, a 99% parse with Beast Mastery Hunter and a 50 percentile parse. More variance than players of other classes. So that means, like, let's say there's 10,000 fire mages. Well, the best fire mage in the game, the 99% parse, this would be like not top 100, but like right under the top 1%, right? This guy, let's say they do 5 million DPS. And somebody at a 50th percentile, so literally in 10,000 fire mages, the guy at 5,000, this guy's gonna do like, let's say 3 million DPS. So there's a 2 million DPS difference between a 99th percentile and a 50th percentile. But then you look at Beast Mastery Hunter, and let's say the same numbers. The 10,000 BM Hunters, the 99th percentile, let's say they do 5 million DPS. And the 50th percentile, let's say they do 2 million DPS. 1 million DPS less than the 50th percentile Fire Mage. This gives the implication that there is a larger difference between a top tier player and the average player, which makes BM Hunter a difficult class because it's harder to play at the highest level. That's a very logical and sound reasoning. But I went and tried BM Hunter this morning, and I was like, I don't fucking see how, because it seems crazy fucking easy to me. Like, it just seems like, how the fuck could you mess this up? So, I think now, it wasn't Micaiah, by the way. Now I'm looking at this and I'm like, how is this class that's so easy, how does it have this variance between good and best player that makes it look like there's a world of difference between 50th and 99th percentile? Where you'd think if it's easy, that would be smaller, right? And I think the reason is because a lot of bad players just play BM. I think the differences are coming not from the class itself, but the player base that is playing BM. Because if you have... I was zoned out. What did you think it was me? Somebody said BM Hunter is not an easy class, that they're middle ground, because there's a large variance between the 99th percentile parsers and 50th percentile parsers. I think the reasoning, Hunter is one of the most played classes. If you have a class that is known for being hard, you're not going to have a lot of players going to it for the ease of use. You're going to have higher Elijah. You're only going to have players that really like that class, or really like what it can do, or like challenge playing that class. And if a class is known for being the easy class, right? If BM Hunter is known for being easy and brain dead, you're going to get all the people that are bad and want a brain dead class going there. To give... I don't know if this helps give context. In Heroes of the Storm, there's a character named the Lost Vikings, and he's like unanimously known as the hardest character in the game. The reason the Lost Vikings is so hard is because you literally control 3 characters. You have to, like, drag and drop a box on your mouse to select all 3 of them at once, or you can select one of them to just control that one at once. But managing 3 characters, they're all very weak. They're all like a fraction of health of their a regular character, a fraction of the damage. The Lost Vikings, what they can do is be in 3 places at once and collect experience very efficiently. And they can do kind of like tricky things with talents late game. But early on, each one is literally a glorified lane minion. They fucking suck early game. If you tried to fight somebody with all 3 of your Vikings against one person, that one person is probably going to beat the shit out of you.
It depends what character.
Yeah, I mean, so they're gonna beat Lieutenant Morales or a healer. But like...
No. I mean, there's matchups, and you can... dude, if you watch someone micromanage the fuck out of them, where they're like independently controlling all 3 while fighting somebody, it's so crazy.
What matchup do they win at level 1?
Nowadays, I have no fucking idea.
Back then.
I don't know.
Okay. I don't think they win a matchup 1v1 against somebody who is equivalent skill and knows how to fight Vikings. If they fight any caster, the caster knows to hit and run and shits on them. If they fight any bruiser, any melee character, that person knows to go to Balog, and you kill Balog, you win. There's nothing after Balog. And so, like... unless it's a very specific champion that, like, they can kite, like Leoric. And no, even Leoric, I think, is gonna fucking trash on them. Unless it's an extremely kiteable character. I think the Lost Vikings win almost every 1v1. They might beat some healers. And even then, I bet some healers beat the shit out of them. It is, they are not made for 1v1s.
They probably beat the shit out of any like percent-based health dealers like Tychus and shit like that. I could see them being good against Chen.
I think Tychus crushes them.
Hey, no way. He's percent-based damage.
He does a lot of extra percent-based damage, but he still has just a lot of damage. Like, he's still gonna gun down Balog and Eric. Like, he's gonna global Balog with a grenade.
Yeah, that's why you block with Olaf.
How do you block with Olaf? He's not fucking Braum from League of Legends. He just
You get him in front.
Yeah, you get him in front and he's gonna slow Tychus. Tychus is gonna
skill shots.
No, he doesn't.
What?
It's a grenade. You don't. It doesn't stop on people.
Eat the grenade.
No, it goes to where you target.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
I thought it stopped.
No.
I don't fucking remember Tychus.
Olaf is gonna charge
Probably
Tychus.
Leoric.
Leoric's...
anyone that's percent-based, I could see them fucking kicking their ass.
Well, no, so Leoric's gonna kick their ass, because one, he's got the AoE sweep that if he hits all 3 of them, that's just GG. And slows them.
No.
But also, Leoric is going to just constantly put his Drain Hope on Olaf and ignore him otherwise, and so they're literally not going to be killing Leoric.
They changed
They might.
it.
Changed what?
They changed it. They nerfed the fuck out of Suck.
Mm,
They reworked it.
when?
Fuck me.
I stopped playing them when they did it. Leoric change.
I see Fire Mage. I think Leoric... I do think they have a chance against Leoric. I think Leoric is going to spam Drain Hope, because it gets reduced cooldown for each tick it does. And it's percent-based health, and Olaf still has a decent health pool. And so they're going to be very hard-pressed to do enough damage to Leoric. I unmute stream and just hear, fuck me. I think Leoric is a very kiteable tank.
2019.
Yeah, I was playing HOTS then. I feel like I would have shit on an equivalent skill Lost Vikings as Leoric at level 1.
I don't know, like Leoric, Gazlowe, I could see them kicking the shit out of.
Gazlowe.
Arthas, I can see them kicking the shit out of.
No, Arthas is gonna eat them alive.
No.
Arthas is literally just gonna land Howling Blast. If they dodge it, sure. But if they dodge the Howling Blast, Arthas
you
walks
separate
away.
them all so they don't. You separate them all so they literally can't all get hit by Howling Blast.
Yeah, but he just eats whichever one he hits. And if he hits
Yeah,
Balog, then there's nothing they can do. Eric does no damage. Olaf isn't gonna do anything because he's melee. If he Howling Blast Balog, it's over. If he doesn't Howling Blast Balog, he walks away for 10 seconds and then comes back and tries again. If he misses the Howling Blast, there is no punishment. There's no follow-up. He literally just walks away and takes a few autos from Eric for like 5% of his health. Hi, Ring Wraith, Blaze Rider.
I could see them kicking Chen's ass, but that's not fair. Chen's dog shit, so.
No, a good Chen's gonna swallow them whole. Dude, he's gonna body block the shit out of. Dude, what are you? Oh my god. I think you're crazy.
You're tripping, dog.
I think you had a really good Lost Vikings friend that played him, who like was able to style on people with matchups he was not supposed to win because he was just really good. Because part of the power from Lost Vikings comes from people don't know how to fucking fight Lost Vikings, and I think your friend, if you had one, took advantage of that or something. Because like,
If I had one?
that's what I'm
If I
saying.
had one?
Yes.
Are you accusing me? What the hell?
Did you have a friend that was good at Lost Vikings?
Yes.
Yeah,
I had a
so
friend
that was
like,
my that was my
I had a friend
assumption.
that was
a high elo StarCraft player that played Lost Vikings.
I think you're crazy for thinking Lost Vikings just has good mashups at level 1.
They do.
They don't. They literally do not. Your friend was just a Lost Vikings player, and people don't know how to fight Lost Vikings. If you had a friend, wow, I came back, kneeling, going for the throat. That's not what I was saying, but whatever. Whatever.
All right.
You're distracting me from the whole Lost Vikings thing.
Isn't it, Hobbit?
Lost Vikings was such a hard character to play that, like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
nobody played him. Just people stayed away from this character. The only people that played Lost Vikings were people that mained Lost Vikings and were really, really good. So you would look at the win rates for Lost Vikings, and they genuinely had like a 54% win rate, which is like, holy shit, 54% is really fucking high for a MOBA character. You want a character to be like 49 to 51. 54 is like, we need to nerf this character.
Dude, I remember I got Phoenix when Phoenix was fucking busted on launch. I got Phoenix out of one of my chests, and so I just played Phoenix. I'm like, wow, this game's just free. He was so broken. He had like a fucking like 65 win rate or something like that. It was insane. They like nerfed him like a week afterwards, but oh my god, it was like, wow, this just is unfair.
Well,
I barely know what I'm doing, and I'm just murdering everybody.
So here's the thing with Lost Vikings though. He had a 54% win rate, but it wasn't like he was overpowered or strong. In fact, people would see that he had a 54 win rate, go try him, and get their shit kicked in. Because surprise,
And tank
surprise,
the fucking win rate.
Lost Vikings. Well, it didn't tank the fucking win rate. It was just that, like 80% of the matches of Lost Vikings were people that mained Lost Vikings and were good, and just won because they're really fucking good on their main, right? And a lot of time you see this character so infrequently, people just don't know how to fight them. The 20% losses were all just new players that were like, what the fuck am I doing? And like getting a fucking living bomb on them from Kael'thas and keeping all their dudes together and not spreading out. It was a very inflated win rate because the vast majority of Lost Viking players were really, really good and familiar with Lost Vikings. But they were not like a character that was so strong that it justified the 54% win ratio. Just good players only, exclusively, played this character. And so I think it might be a bit of that with BM, where it's like, this class that's known for being easy attracts all the players that want the easy mode and don't want to put much thought into playing the game And so, just them being there, they're a bad player, and that draws the average DPS down of BM. Even though you'd think that variance between 50 and 99th percentile should be really close because it's an easy to play class, because there's so many not good players playing BM, it drags it down because, you know, they're going to bring it down for other reasons other than the rotation. Sorry, Ring Racer. I've been, like, in the middle of this fucking rant about WoW classes and percentile parses for, like, 20 minutes now. I'm good today. We're going to be celebrating day 750, which is technically tomorrow, with DK Bonanza later.
Gillen,
Uh-huh.
I checked for us.
Mm-hmm.
There are 17 layers.
What?
There's 17 layers.
You're fucking with me.
Nope.
Okay. We are only doing yellow quests now. We are just gunning the game down and running it down. Holy fuck, dude. That's okay. I'm not even at 4. You're at 4 and I'm at 3. Layers of what? Hi,
yeah.
Archangel. Layers of Donkey Kong Bonanza. Okay. God, okay. I think that's why there's a large variance in Beast Mastery Hunters. So, I don't know if you're here for the whole thing, Kara. Somebody said BM is not as easy as it used to be because it has a large variance. I went and played this morning and I'm like, how? Fucking how? With Beast Mastery Hunter, they have 4 abilities, kind of 5. And so, ability 1, Barb Shot. 15-second cooldown. Puts a daunt on the enemy for 12 seconds. The daunt increases your pet's damage. You get some buffs for that time. I think it's 2 or 3 charges. Basically, if this is up, you want to hit the enemy with this. Second ability, Kill Command. 6 seconds. Both of these cost focus. Your pet attacks the enemy. You just say, like, hey, bite this. And your pet just goes, nom. 2 charges. You want to keep these on cooldown. Then they have Kill Shot. 10-second cooldown. You can only use it sub 20% health. This is like priority number 1. Like, if Kill Shot's up, you Kill Shot. And then Cobra Shot. No cooldown. Costs like 35 focus. Gives you time off of Kill Command, I think. But basically, if all the other things are done, and you have extra focus you're going to cap, you use this. So literally, what you can do for the rotation is put Kill Command, Kill Shot, and Barb Shot all next to each other, and just slap your keyboard. Literally just slap those 3 buttons. They're all long enough cooldowns that they typically aren't going to conflict with each other. And if they do, 2 of them have fucking charge systems. And so you don't lose any time on them by sitting on them for a second or 2. And so literally just slap your keyboard with those 3 buttons. If all of those are on cooldown, and you're about to cap focus, Cobra Shot. And I was playing this for 30 minutes this morning, I was like, how do you fuck this up? How is there that difference? But I think it's just a lot of bad players play BM. Not every BM hunter is bad. Just, I think it's a spec of the 39 available specs that is attractive to bad players. Damn, my team just got demoted to class 4, probably a good thing. Both BM and Ret are easy and brain dead. Nope, still losing Lamau. This guy. And with pets still being dumb as a brick, or have issues in dungeons such as Dawnbreaker, Ret is probably the easiest to play. The rotation just plays itself. Yeah, I've also heard Devastation is like literally 3 buttons. I honestly don't know anything about Devastation, but I've heard it is extremely easy to play spec. Eat grenades. Yuli, hi Icy. I unmute stream and just hear fuck me. Hug. Leon. Hello, I exist. How are you doing today? If you had a friend, wow. You have a lost Vikings, it was fun. Sounds pretty tough to manage Vikings who are lost. Yeah. Layers of what? Donkey Kong. Icy Fire. They've been here for 10 minutes. Their lunch might be over, or their break might be over. We're gonna over holidays. And I'm realizing I haven't done holidays in like 3 days. So, we have a lot of holidays to go over. We haven't done 5 days of holidays. Oh, God. Wait, actually, it's been like a fucking week. Holy shit. Okay. Wait, I don't recognize any of these. Taxpayer Appreciation Day. I remember that one. We didn't do Sunday. Okay, I'm just gonna do today. Fuck the ones we missed. I'm just doing today. Monday, August 11th. Annual Medical Checkup Day. Ingersoll Day? National Panini Day. National Raspberry Bombay Day. National Raspberry Tart Day. Play in the Sand Day. Presidential Joke Day. Son and Daughter Day. Victory Day. So Panini just wins, right? Yesterday. Ooh, yesterday had S'mores Day. Saturday. Is there a good one on Saturday? There's rice pudding and there's also hand holding. Friday.
Oh, rice pudding, dude.
Yeah, that was Saturday. I do remember Friday. I do remember Mochi Day. But today's Panini Day. It's impossible to play Lost Vikings because every time you go to the Hero Select, you find them and thus they disappear into the Viking Paradox. I was okay with Lost Vikings. I was definitely not a meta player with Lost Vikings, but I could take them into gold matches and do well with them. A big thing about Heroes of the Storm. There is a role of champion that you don't need on every team, but you can run them. That they're just good at collecting experience. They're really good at killing lanes, killing the minions in lane really, really fast, or being in multiple places at once. They're typically dog awful at 1v1s, or at team fights. And so these champions are Abathur, Murky, Lost Vikings, Zool. I'm trying to remember if there's another one. Those were like the big four. Zool and Murky were really good at like clearing a wave really fast.
Being fucking annoying?
No, clearing a wave really fast. You could basically
What do you
go.
mean, no. Yes?
Shut the fuck. God, I can't talk about HOTS without you fucking interrupting me. Holy, shut the fuck up, Cairo. Murky walks into a lane, drops the bomb. The wave is dead. It's just he has killed all the waves. He then has 15 seconds before his bomb is up to go to another wave, to go to another lane. And he gets there. There's all the minions there. Drops the bomb, kills the lane, then. Right? A wave spawns every 30 seconds. And so he's able to kill 2 waves as they spawn without losing any of them. And so, like, Murky was just really good at collecting the experience across 2 waves. Same thing with Zool. He would walk into a lane, he would turn on his scythe, and he would just cleave them down in like 3 seconds. And then he'd mount up and go to another lane. 15-second cooldown. He gets to the other lane, turns the scythe on, clears it down, heads down to the previous lane. Hi, Divana. Abathur and Lost Vikings could take it a step farther, and they could typically watch 3 lanes at once. So Lost Vikings, obviously, have a Viking in each lane. Just being in that lane, they didn't even have to, like, be fighting. They could just be sitting in a bush within vision range. They are collecting experience of that lane. Abathur, I'd say Abathur was a bit trickier, but honestly, Lost Vikings is pretty fucking tricky. What Abathur would do is he himself would be in one lane. So he would be in a bush in the middle of a lane collecting experience. He would then drop mines in a second lane. And those mines, if the enemy died within like 3 seconds of the mine doing damage to them, he would get experience for them. And then he would have a hat, basically where his mind was, in a third lane, and just by the hat being there would collect experience for that lane. So Abathur could collect experience across 3 lanes, and your team could focus on doing whatever else. And so playing against these 4 champions kind of just changes the entire dynamic of the game, because you have to decide, do you try to keep up with them in experience? Do you try to, like, have a character stay in lane to deal with them to not get behind on experience, potentially matching them in collecting experience, or trying to, like, mitigate it and make it so that you're only 1 lane of experience behind, or both? Or do you basically try to win the objective 5v4 and try to win it really fast so that you don't lose much time of your experience going to nothing in the 3 lanes that you're not participating in while doing the objective? The best case scenario for these 4 champions is your team goes to the objective and they're not fighting to win, they're fighting to delay time. And so, like, let's say Cursed Hollow is the map you're playing on, and it's 4v5 at the objective. The team with 5 should win. They've literally got an extra champion. But if that other team can just stall them, if they can stall them long enough, 4v5, that Abathur could be collecting experience from the other 3 lanes, while the team with 5 that doesn't have Abathur, they're just not getting experience. So if you could delay them like 3 minutes, that would be 6 waves across 3 lanes. That's 18 waves of experience lost for one of the teams, which is massive. That's like 3 levels. Well, that's probably 2 levels. To fall that far behind in experience in HOTS is huge, because levels are the power spikes for champions, right? If you do that twice and get 4 levels behind, you're essentially an item down on each champion for the rest of the game. And, like, at that point, Abathur's team starts winning the 4v5. The best case scenario for the team fighting against Abathur is Abathur doesn't show up to the objective, it's 5v4, and they kind of just initiate hard, steamroll the 4 players, and get the objective really, really fast. That is the best case scenario when fighting one of these 4 champions. And so it's this weird, like, you have to choose how to fight this. The real hard counter is having a champion that can deal with one of those 4. And so, like, if you're fighting Murky or Zool, the best thing you can do is play something that just invalidates them. So against Murky, if you play Illidan and follow Murky around, anytime he drops his bomb, his pufferfish, you just kill it. Because that means he can't get experience from killing the wave with his bomb anymore. And he's just fucking standing around. And he'd have to clear it with Slime, which, you know...
Yep.
Imagine going into melee range with Slime as Murky against fucking Illidan. That's miserable.
That's why I miss old Leoric, dude. He was the tank killer. You just literally won against every tank.
HOTS was a very, like, hard counter game. It was very much, this champion turns this champion off. Against...
Which is why casuals were kind of a fucking shit show.
Mhm.
Because, like, if you played pick and ban, you know, obviously you can make it to where you don't get hyper hard countered.
Uh-huh.
But sometimes you just load up a game of casual and you're like, oh, cool, I'm gonna want to kill myself this whole game.
Yeah.
Great, I love it.
Playing Zool, kind of the same thing. I don't know what counters Zool really hard. I think he was really bad against disengaging in fights. So like if he was in a 1v2,
you just need someone to dive him and stay on him.
Yeah. If he's like if he's got a champion that like Valera or Zeratul that's just like, oh, I'm really gank heavy, I think Zool struggles against that because he might not be that bad against them in the 1v1. He's gonna stun them and walk away. But in the pre-lane phase, he's very, very vulnerable to ganks. And so, now, the problem with Zool is that he's also a monster at ganking because he has a fucking point-and-click stun. And so Zool players tend to be, they gank, and then they don't go to objectives and they clear lanes. I'm not familiar with, like, what really hard counters Zool. Abathur, removing him from the game turns off his experience collecting. So like Zeratul, Valera, Nova, those characters are very good at if they find Abathur and kill him, he's not getting experience. So like if you had Cursed Hollow, the thing spawns. If the Zeratul player knows, okay, Abathur is probably going to be in this lane, or like, you know, an Abathur player could tell. If you see the little nest things coming out of a bush, you know Abathur's here, and you go there. Now, a good Abathur is constantly moving, right? They're literally teleporting around the map every 30 seconds. And so, a smart Zeratul player would be like, okay, I just saw the Locust come out of this bush in top. He's not going to stay there. I'm going to go mid lane. And he's probably going to go there. If he doesn't, I'm close enough to the objective to go there. But he's not going to be top lane in 30 seconds. And so, Zeratul goes mid. Abathur teleports in. And the Zeratul rubs his hand together and goes, ha ha ha, yeah, boy. And just fucking kills him because he read the move that Abathur was going to do. There's a lot of fucking mind games in all this. Because Abathur could just go, he's going to expect me to teleport. I'm going to do the bad player thing and just fucking stay up here, right? And then the Zeratul just goes, well, shit, I guess I'm going to the objective. Same thing with Lost Vikings. What a nerd. Same thing with Lost Vikings. A Zeratul or Valera or Nova is going to be hunting the Vikings. Specifically, they're not going to be going after Olaf because he's the hardest to kill. But Balog and Eric are very, very squishy. And so these gank players are looking for those two Vikings.
How much longer do you have?
We have 5 miles. We're at 5 miles, so we could end here. But however, we only have 2 incline. The actual video is at 112 of 155. So I'm not against ending this one early for DK time.
Do you mind if I run to the grocery store really quick?
Oh, no, go for it. Go for it.
Okay, I will be right back then.
Okay.
I will mute because Murphy's gonna be sad about it, even though I'm gonna be on literally 6 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's already crying. I stood up from my chair. He's already crying. This whiny baby.
I could actually play Ava, so I'd say he's easier. Ava could also literally be another champion. I just like Dibble slamming people into walls and flipping them. Xon was just a really fun playstyle. What a nerd. Here's the thing about Abathur. To play Abathur at a low level, you could still be very useful to the team, right? The easy mode Abathur is having an Illidan on your team and just getting all the things that buff the person you're putting your hat on. The meta playstyle, the like, what you see in Masters, low level, that's me, baby. What you see in Masters is mine damage, spike damage, locust. Things that make it better to do all the things outside of team fights. What you wanted to do with Abathur is literally be in lane, right? I rarely played with Masters, only a few times. Yeah. And that was just Hotsby and bad balancing, right? I don't know what rank you actually were. I played with Masters a few times too, and it was miserable. Abathur, he wanted to be in the middle of a lane. Silver, haha. Abathur wanted to be in the middle of a lane, collecting experience with his body, which is extremely risky for Abathur. And you wouldn't see that in games below Platinum. You would never see Abathur, like, go past the fort. Because it was just not safe to do so, right? That was scary. But a good Abathur player who is able to know, like, okay, I'm going to keep track of the map, I know who's where, I know who's coming to kill me, I can teleport out before that happens. You needed, like, that StarCraft 2 level awareness of keeping track of everybody and knowing when you're safe and in danger. A good Abathur would be able to collect experience across 3 lanes during objectives, or not during objectives, so that his team could run around as a squad of 4 just fucking people under their towers. But that's really hard. That is like a level of map awareness that's fucking insane. And it's a level of actions per minute that's also kind of nutty. I'm not gonna say a bad Abathur, but you know, a not turbo skilled play style of Abathur. They're going to go up to their most frontal tower. They're going to use the cocoon. They're going to put a hat on somebody. And they're going to leave like every 30 seconds. Drop a bunch of mines, you know, wherever, just to keep the cooldown rolling. And then go back to hatting somebody. He's calling me bad. I'm not calling you bad. I am calling you the lower skill play style. Absolutely. I was the same with Lost Vikings, Ganna. I would play Lost Vikings. And I would not split them up. I would split them up during objectives. But outside of objectives, I would keep them together as 3. And people would call me bad for Lost Vikings, but you know, by the end of the game, I'd win and have quite a few kills with them. I would split them up. And then once we had level 10, typically we would get our ult faster because I would be getting experience during objectives. I would then start, I would play like a very bursty build. And so toward the second half of the game, I would try to ambush and flank their backline. And so like if the enemy team had a healer like Lieutenant Morales, my 3 Vikings would just come out of the bushes and just do like 2,000 burst damage to her. And if she lived, and the team like swapped to me, I would use the boat, which is very defensive and like hard to kill, and it just spans fireballs at the closest person. At level 20, it's the closest 2 people. So it was very easy to like play like Tracer, where you're staying in range but constantly moving. So to keep up with you, they can't be doing damage to you. But you're just like doing a lot of damage to them. And you had like a lot of, you know, Fury of the Storm. The first time you hit somebody every 10 seconds, it does like a lightning hit. More damage to people that Olaf slows. Just things like that. It was I wasn't super great with it, but that was the easier way to play Lost Vikings, and I would do that. I'm gonna hop out. Gonna get these baked potatoes ready for consumption? Hell yeah. Not to mention having your teammates how to play with 4 members in fights. Oh, dude, that was the hardest part of playing Murky. I know Hobbit was earlier like, Murky was a stupid fucking character. I was a Murky main. I had Murky at like level 43 or 45 or something crazy high. He was by far my highest character. The hardest part about Murky was just getting your team to know how to play with Murky. Because people were like, oh, we need experience, I need to go to lane. And I would constantly be like, get the fuck out of lane, I got it. And they'd be like, you got mid lane. I was like, I have top and mid. I am clearing them both and getting full experience for them. You are wasting your time being there. Go bot and push lane. Go get jungle camps. Get the fuck out of lane. And it was the fucking worst when you're playing with something like a Sylvanas who's just like, no, I just push lanes, which is the wrong way to play Sylvanas, by the way. For anybody that like saw Sylvanas in HOTS, I hated this champion. Because Sylvanas players are like, I disable turrets, thus I should ignore objectives and push lanes, because I don't even need creeps to push lanes. I'm just really strong. And it's like, no. No, you don't understand. A Sylvanas player disables turrets. That means when you have an objective, like the fucking zombie or the plants map, with the plant that's pushing down the lane, or the spiders pushing down the lane, you keep them alive longer, and you make your winning an objective so much more powerful for the team that has Sylvanas, because she makes it die in like twice the amount of time, which means it does twice the amount of objective damage. I fucking hate Sylvanas players because they don't understand that. The fucking Haunted Mines, where it spawns the Grave Boss in one of the lanes, and you see the Sylvanas player go to the other lane, I wanted to scream. I wanted to scream every time. Ugh. Ugh. Okay. God, now I've got HOTS on the brain. We brought this up because we were talking about World of Warcraft. I'm going into the raid tomorrow. I'm playing Shadow. Hi, Ty. Where neighborhood walking for midnight? What the what? Do enjoy listening to you yap about BS. I was platinum in Hotscanna. I was a League of Legends player. I was silver in League of Legends. The housing neighborhood video? The housing isn't out yet. What do you mean? I'm actually very excited for the housing though. Hi, Monkey Monk. The raid comes out tomorrow. Ty, I tried BM Hunter this morning. For you, maybe? What do you mean for me, maybe? What does it even mean? I tried BM Hunter this morning, and it's just as easy as I remember it being. And I kind of was like, damn. I like Hunter aesthetic. I like gun. Maybe I should be playing Hunter. What keeps me away from Hunter is that it's such a popular class. There's so many Hunters. And I'm such a fucking hipster that I'm like, I can't play the popular thing. But the popular thing is just fun. Maybe it's popular for a fucking reason. Marksmanship's reworked apparently is fun as fuck now. I was looking at Marksmanship. Here's the thing. I've actually literally never played Marksmanship. I know aim shot is a cast. That is all I know about Marksmanship. Polygon, I just don't like the fact that bow was so much better when I played. When you played WoW? Huh? I'm confused how one is better than the other. Is this a classic WoW thing? Because I feel like Transmog just makes it so that if you like gun, you play gun. When I played Hunter? Classic WoW? Okay. Massive difference between gun and bow and classic. Classic WoW or TBC? Once you have Transmog, you can literally just always use the one you want. I hate bows in games. I like guns. I also like crossbows. But like a bow, I'll almost never use a bow. The difference is wild. Well, like if you were playing a troll and have literal bonuses to bows, then yeah. It's gonna come down to which is good at the time, right? If a raid comes out and it has one ranged weapon and it's a bow, then yeah, bow's gonna be the best. You really like marksmanship? Okay. Alright. I do kind of want to look into marksmanship just to like familiarize myself with it. I don't see myself ever playing marksmanship. But like Vi's got it. Okay. I want to I don't know. I like Shadow. I really like simple builder spender caster. The thing about Shadow is that it has so many procs. Like, Shadow is maintain 2 dots, Mind Flay and Mind Blast, and spend Insanity on Devouring Plague. Really, that's it. But, like, your Mind Blast is a 5-second cooldown with 2 charges, so you need to keep those rolling. Also, your Mind Flay will have a proc where it, hits really hard. Also, you've got Shadow Word Death as a proc that you need to use whenever you got that. Also, you need to use Void Torrent when that's up, which gives you Void Barrage. Also, there's when you're using cooldowns, you've got a Void Form, which you've got Void Blast. Also, there's just a lot of things that's like you've got your simple builder spender, and then you've got like 6 procs that you also need to do. That's just like, oh, there's a lot for this. Also, Lego Bow versus Epic Gun. Hard to tell what's better. Yeah. I think Shadow is gonna have that problem that a lot of classes have for me. Where, like, its core is really fun for me. I really like what this does at its core is very simple and fun. However, once you get it to max level and you introduce trinkets, you introduce like all the final capstone talents, you introduce all the things at its disposal, it becomes very busy and very complicated. A class that like very much exemplifies this for me is oh, which one was it? I think it was Monk. I really liked Windwalker Monk. And then you get to max level and it's like, hey, here's all the stuff you need to do to build up Fist of Fury and your other cooldowns. And I was like, damn, I just liked hit combo. I just liked jab blackout kick, jab rising sun kick. Also, no Goth Astolfo with a white monster. Why Lip? What do you mean, no Goth Astolfo with a white monster? Were you even wanting that? Wanna level my monk as Mistweaver? After seeing them in dungeons? There's some classes that I really enjoy the core of, and then you get to, like, what they all have to do, I'm just like, never mind. I'm out. I think Warrior's like that for me. I like the simple core mechanics of Warrior, but then you introduce all the stuff, and it's like, ugh. I think Frosta and Holy Death Knight are like that also. Shaman was definitely like that. Elemental Enhancement, I find both of them really fun, but then you get to max level and manage all their cooldowns and other things, and it's just like, oh, it's so busy and not fun. Survival Hunter is a bit like that. Rogue is definitely like that. Oh my god, all 3 Rogue specs, I find fun with their core. Use Sinister Strike, use Dispatch. Keep Rupture up. Things like that is like, okay, this works, I'm down with this. Right? I guess technically Sinister Strike never goes with Rupture, but you get the point. And then you introduce fucking Vanish, Shadow Dance, Secret Technique, all the other stuff with the 3 Rogue specs. I'm like, man, I'm not having fun with the Rogue anymore. I don't know enough about Druid to say they're like that, but they probably are. Mage, kind of. With Mage, I just really liked Arcane never used Barrage, but that was a moment in time, only in Aberrus could I get away with that. Well, I could get away with it now, but its AoE is dog shit, so I shouldn't. I don't know. Shadow Priest is fun. I'm not good at Shadow Priest yet. I'm definitely relying on the one button mode. Not to press, but just to tell me what to do. And I do really good damage when I follow the one button mode suggestions. But, I would like to get to a point of not needing that. Because right now I'm kind of fucking staring at my bars and not catching as many mechanics as I should. Get 30% off of Rogue using code. Fucking pulled. No, there's a class in World of Warcraft Mario that is the Rogue class. And I really like them. Aesthetically, they would probably be my favorite class. Playstyle, they'd probably be my favorite. But man, they've just gotten so cluttered with abilities and like gotten to a weird point of like, you don't just do damage to the Rogue. You have to do a lot of things to do damage. It's like, I hate this. I know I'm just memeing, just finished eating pizza. I know. I feel that with Druid. It was okay. You know what Rogue used to be? You click your Sinister Strike. You build combo points. When you have 5 combo points, you eviscerate. That was it. You had your adrenaline rush on a 5-minute cooldown. Every like 30 seconds, instead of using eviscerate, you use slice and dice. Those were good times on Rogue. You know what assassination used to be in Mists of Pandaria? Mutilate. If you have 3 combo points or less, mutilate a second time. If you have 4 more, wait for your Envenom buff. When your Envenom buff is about to run out, use Envenom. Mutilate once or twice so that you have 4 more combo points. Envenom buff about to run out, use Envenom. You wanted to have your haste to the point where you slowly regen energy. So that every like 30 seconds you would reapply a 5-point rupture. And you would never be like sitting on unused energy or not have enough for that rupture every 30 seconds. Just a sweet spot of haste to like, if I play like this, I have just too much energy to ignore rupture, but just the right amount to be rolling it. That was the fucking sweet spot. Rogues were fun when it was that. And since then, they've just gotten so complicated, and it's just like, They also have way too much strength from stealth. I hate how much power they get from going into stealth and how much damage they do with, you know, you do 200 million% damage coming out of stealth and shortly after. Now at least I'm full. I'm getting there. Well, not getting full. I'm getting hungry, and when we finish walking, we're gonna have a protein bar. We are gonna do the whole video. I was thinking we might cut it early, but this is a good length walk. This isn't too long. Still think Rogue should have gotten Dodge Tank or anti-magic build to give more options. You know what I think that's crazy, Zvi? I think all 4 of the DPS that are pure DPS classes should have gotten a role of the other type. So, Hunter had 3 range specs, and then they made one of them melee. I think Mage and Warlock should have gotten a melee spec. I think Rogue should have gotten a range spec. Welcome back. I think,
How'd you know?
You literally turned.
What if it was Murphy?
It wasn't Murphy.
It could have.
That's not how Murphy turns when he's playing.
Oh shit.
Right. Trying to get better at it.
The first thing Murphy does is,
Starts crying.
no, he immediately looks down at his junk.
What junk? Oh, he's
Exactly.
jealous of the junk that he doesn't have anymore.
Exactly.
I see.
Hi, Kumi. What I would have done, Zvi. So Hunter got Survival Hunter as a melee spec. I would have made Destruction a melee spec. I would have had it been like about flamethrowers and stuff like that. Instead of Chaos Bolt, make it so that they spend embers on just like Chaos Flames. And it's really just them holding their hand out and like being a fucking 10-yard range flamethrower. Yeah, we looking at junk? No. I would have made Mage. I think Arcane should have been like the Spellblade. Make Arcane, instead of like shooting orbs and arcane missiles, make it so that like all of your attacks are like arcane swords that you're making. So like you do Arcane Blast, and it's really like a dagger, like a little arcane dagger stabs forward. And then you do, with one orb, it's more like a short sword. With 2 orbs, it's like a bigger sword. When you have 4 orbs, it's like a giant, imagine a giant 2-handed sword of arcane energy that's just slamming into the enemy. And when you do Barrage, it's like the sword splits into multiple versions of it. So there's like 5 2-handed swords, and they just fucking tornado spin around you for like half a second. I think that would have been fucking awesome. And I would have made Assassination. I would have made it about throwing knives, you know, shuriken toss, and it's all about poison damage, right? So you were throwing poison knives and shurikens. You would still use daggers, but they would have been like, they come back to you. It would have been like a chakram class, but I don't know, keep making it with daggers and give some explanation to why the daggers come back to you. You've got them on fucking ropes, I don't know. Or just say fuck that and you're throwing shurikens. I was at Sister's Junk the other day. Kinda was like, oh, I'm not talking about that kind of junk. Okay. I hope they title drop in dialogue for WoW for Midnight and the Last Titan. Yeah. I would have suggested old Pyrospec on mages. For melee, had the Dragon Flame thing. It has fairly short range. A flash fire you could cast while moving. I could see that. In my eyes, Destruction and Fire are very similar theming. One is fire, one is demon fire. So one of those should be melee and one should be ranged. Instead of both being like the ranged fire caster, make it so one is the flamethrower spec and the other is you know, your fireball spec. And so I feel like for mage in particular, a lot of people want Spellblade. Spellblade has been like one of the most requested classes over the years of WoW. And they have like kind of Spellblade classes. Like Enhancement Shaman is very much the magic warrior, right? They're putting fire and ice and wind on their weapons and smacking people. Death Knight is also very much like magic Spellblade, literal frost strike. Ret Paladin is also like holy magic on the weapon. But for mages, like for that pure Spellblade, I feel like Arcane just fits nicely in it. I do think a Flamethrower Warlock would also be really fucking cool. Removing Chaos Bolt and having it be like a drain with just, you have the fucking flamethrower in front of you and you're just torching enemies. Mm-hmm. Kind of like Breath of Sindragosa playstyle, but fire. I think that'd be fucking rad. In Guild Wars 2, you could play an engineer and build around a flamethrower backpack. You would build around conditions, you would build around blade damage. You literally just had a fucking flamethrower. And it's funny because, like, you're fighting against a warrior who is trained to the pinnacle of human condition, muscles beyond mortal limits and comprehension. You're fighting an elementalist that's summoning meteors. And then there's just the fucking engineer. Yeah, I got a tank of gas and this thing lights it on fire. It's one of those, like, this is so silly together. But Flamethrower Engineer was really fun. I didn't play it much, but every now and then I would. I like this class. Guild Wars 2.
Begging for, dude.
Guild Wars 2 was interesting. Because every class could use 2 weapons. You had a weapon swap. And so, like, if you were a warrior, you could do, like, 2-handed sword, and then weapon swap to a rifle, so that, like, you jump on somebody, do your great sword burst, they try running away, you switch to your rifle and gun them down. You know, there was a lot of, like, combinations you could do with stuff. You could either go, like, full burst, where it's like, I'm gonna play this weapon, switch to this, and so I'm gonna do burst, swap, more burst. Or you could do, like, a rotation of, I'm gonna go through these buffs, this weapon to, you know, do these things for 10 seconds, and then I'm gonna swap to this one for 10 seconds. And that's gonna make it so that I get the buffs from both weapons overlapping with each other. Engineer and Elementalist, they just had class abilities, though, that made it so that they could only use one weapon. Because if they could weapon swap, they'd have way too much going on. For Elementalist, you had your elements. You had fire, earth, lightning, and water. And so if you used a staff, you would be like, let's say you're in fire mode. You would have your 5 fire staff abilities. If you swap to your water element, you would have 5 completely new abilities, all ready with, like, a cooldown separate from the fire ones. For elements, you have 20 abilities just at the ready, compared to everyone else having 10 from 5 from weapon 1. And then, 5 from weapon 2. But Elementalist, just with all their elements, has 20. Engineer could potentially be even worse, although you didn't really want to play this. But Engineer would have, toolkits. And so, like, you could have, let's say, a rifle. You've got the 5 rifle moves. You could then have a bomb toolkit as one of your utility skills. You literally put on a backpack, and your 5 standard moves change. And now you have 5 moves related to that bomb backpack. You could also have the flamethrower kit, which gives you, like, you equip the flamethrower and you've got 5 flamethrower moves. You could have the grenade kit. I think there was the wrench kit. Was it those 4, Ty? Was there another one? Oh, there was the medical kit. You could also, like, your healing skill could put on, like, a medicine backpack, and you've got 5 literally just healing moves. Each of these also came with a tool belt skill. It was like an extra skill. So if you wanted to be just the most moves possible, you could use a rifle, and you could have 4 backpacks that would each change your main skills, so that you had potentially 25 different action bar setups. Now, you'd be highly unspecialized, right? If you played bombs, you wanted to play physical damage. Bombs or grenades. If you played... Oh, there was an injection set as well. If you played injection set or flamethrower, you were very condition damage focused. Meds, nades, bombs, elixir, flamethrower tools, and the elite mortar. Oh, fuck the elite mortar as well. Yeah. Engineer just had a crazy fucking amount of moves. Hi, Shocky. Chakra was playing Phasmophobia this morning. And I was like, oh wow, I love Shockrail streams. Mute, can't watch this game. You know, I actually saw like 2 or 3 people playing Phasmo, so I'm wondering if they had a patch. I
Was
have
there a
no fucking
Phasmo update in the middle of fucking? Why wouldn't they just save it for Halloween?
I don't know. I'm guessing. Like, I have no idea. All I know is I can't watch Phasmo, so. I like this class. Speaking of Engie, Amalgam, the new elite spec, is literally Quicksilver mold. Looks dope as hell. If I were to get into Guild Wars 2 again, Ty, I would play the Jade Robot Engineer. Literally just pet class engineer. Yep, sign me up. Do it. Yep. Give me the big fucking robot. Hell yeah. Sounds cool. Mechanist is so sleep. Don't care. Cool theme. I'm into it. Is a literal autopilot. Ty, I've told you about how I played engineer before any of the expansions, right? With a Berserk armor rifle. Have I told you about that build? Whoa. I gotta get my Koyo points. Oh god, my follow list is on the right. I hate it. It's so wrong. And where? I just hate that spec because, unironically, there was an auto attack rotation that did nearly 40k DPS. Teehee! Oh, I see. That's who Shock Rail rated. That's why I have 2 streams of this person up. Notepad. Wink. Compared to me as Ellie, with a 36 button rotation, and if I mess up once, it's over. My version of it, Ty, did not do sustained DPS. It did 16k DPS in 16k burst. Now granted, this was way back in the day, before Heart of Thorns, before Path of Fire. It was literally just 100% crit chance, 100% uptime on Fury. The Elementalist with 13k health sticks his head over the wall in World vs. World. Pop. 3 lightning bolts. 1 auto shot. 3 utility belt skills. Ah, it was good. Ah, it was fun. Actual shooting fish in a barrel. I really like the combat of Guild Wars 2. I also just like how the game looks. Horizontal progression just rubs me such the wrong way. I also love the fucking, like, build versatility. Like, what you can do with the builds and how creative you can be. You can come up with some crazy setup that no one has even thought of before or heard of. And it works. And I love it when you can do that in a game. It's very hard to do that in WoW. It's like very restrictive for that. And
Yeah, not anymore. That's why people like vanilla, Elon.
I'd say much more so than vanilla can you do it.
Well, like you could do consumes were actually like a thing. Like engineering had a purpose. Like you could make bombs and stuff that were just like good for your DPS.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot more than just I picked the skill tree and that's it. You had to do a lot of prep work and there's a lot that went into it if you want to like min-max your DPS other than oh, I go for a BIS item. I run raid 80 times and I got my BIS. Yippee!
Okay, but
There was a lot of that too, but
in Classic, there's like nothing to the fucking talent tree. Like, the talent tree is almost inconsequential because it's all like passive. It's like, oh, you get 3% crit here. And like, the talent trees just fucking suck in Classic. Whereas now in WoW, you have literal 3 different talent trees for one spec. And like, each talent tree has like 4 to 5 builds in it. I like the Classic.
how many of those are
talent tree.
good?
Not all of them. I'd say most of them. But it's cool that you can do that with them. And like half the time, people think they're bad, and then somebody does some crazy shit with them, and it's like, oh, what actually was good? You just didn't know how to use it. Hi, Mizuki. I hated the classic talent trees. You're running so fast. Killing this guy, chat. I'm killing him. In classic, the talent trees were like, this move has 1% increased crit chance. This move costs 2 less energy. Like, they feel very insignificant in classic. And then in the end of Cataclysm, they reworked the talent trees, and it was like, okay, every 15 levels you get a talent, and it'll go this way or this way, right? So there's like 3 moves to choose from at level 15. And usually they'd be like, here's a new ability on an 8-second cooldown. This second one is a passive. This third one is like, here's a 2-minute cooldown you can get. And that's like interesting in a way, because you could get different builds with that, right? I remember Unholy. You could build around your pet. Or you could build around your dots. Or you could build around pustules and popping them with Festering and Scourge Strike. And so it's very much like 3 different distinct playstyles within Unholy Death Knights with those talent trees. They have since gotten rid of those and kind of gone back to something more similar to the old classic talent trees, with a large focus on making nearly all of the talents impactful. They don't want things like 2% or 1% extra crit per talent. They want things like, here's a new move. This move extends the duration of dots. This move, literally can be used a second time after this. They want things that literally change your rotation or your priority list on them. Which, and there's such a big tree, it literally looks like a Christmas tree fanning out, that like each spec usually has at least 2 different versions, sometimes as much as like 5 distinct playstyles. For Shadow Priest, there's kind of, I'd say 3 different versions of Shadow right now. You can either play around dots, and you play as like this, I want to maximize the uptime on Devouring Plague. That makes my dots hit really hard. And I basically just want to get a lot of the benefits from dots and increase those. There's another playstyle where doing a lot of your moves will have a chance to summon little void tentacles out of the ground. And you were just trying to go through as many moves as possible to like spawn as much of these little void tentacles as you can. It feels really fucking cool when you've got like 5 or 6 of these things out, and they're all just lasering the same mob. And then there's a third playstyle, which I think is the least of Shadow Priest right now, which is based around like a lot of instant cast. You put a lot in Shadow or Death. You put a lot in the more spells you use, the more of a debuff you put on the enemy, that when it maxes out at like 100 or something, it buffs the shit out of you or does a bunch of damage. I don't really understand this one as well as the other 2. But it really feels like you play Voidweaver hero spec and minions, or you play Archon hero spec and dots. And those are like the 2 distinct builds of Shadow. Chicken Lopner. Shred being 18 energy cheaper. See, that's not the worst talent. That's not even a bad talent. That's a good talent, because that's a lot of energy reduction. But like, Combat has a talent in Classic that's like, Sinister Strike costs 2 less energy. And for 5 points, that reduces the cost by 10? You look at that same talent in Retail, and it's like, 1 point, 15 energy reduction is what it would do. It's just, I think the retail talent trees are the best talent trees in WoW compared to the 3 eras. The original talent trees, the mop talent trees, and then the new ones. We're almost there. We're at 6.8. Damn, it does not feel like we went 7 months. Yeah, well, rogues suck. Yeah, well, I fucking agree. That's why I don't play one. I wish I did. I like rogues. Rogues are less cool feral druids. Feral druids are just weirdos that are like, hey, snapshotting was weird, so we took it out, and all the feral druids are like, okay, but what if you didn't? Oh god, which zone is this? Is this Voss? Ah, fuck. I am glad we did not get Voss earlier. Because I think this is a... Oh no, actually this is about the same exact time as Howling Fjord. Do this, I do this. Oh, spell. I stand here. I change the anchor to local. Move over here, away from Cairo. But I like to be able to tank. I don't like snapshotting. If you don't like snapshotting, then what do you like Feral Druid for? I also hate snapshotting. My favorite version of Feral Druid is in Legion when Ferocious Bite refreshed the duration of Rip. And it was like, damn. Not having to deal with snapshotting, not having to deal with Rip, just Bite, please and thank you. I like to be able to tank. Feral Druids are just cheap imitations of real classes. /S because I like to be able to tank. Yeah. You could do that as Windwalker. Just saying. No, I need to change my trackers. Got on world. You guys wait there for a moment. Go behind this house. Walk done. Walk is done, Spacers. Oh fuck! Okay. Spacers sent me a thing, and I meant to set that up for stream today. And I forgot. I'm gonna do it midstream. I'll just do it later. Because it's too fucking cool that she did this. Where are my trackers? Oh, I just fucked it up. Good job with your walk today. Thank you. You want me to level a Windwalker in retail? No. Well, I'm just saying, like, if you like energy DPS, but you also want to be able to tank, Monk might be a good option for that. Especially if with Druid, you don't particularly like snapshotting. Avatar. EJ. Where am I now? Yolan, would you love me if I played Shadow Hunter? Whatever that class is. BM Hunter? The only class I wouldn't love you on, I would think less of you if you played Rep Paladin or BM Hunter.
What's wrong with Rep Pally?
They're the easiest brain dead class in WoW right now. And
No, really?
there's a lot of them running around that are just like not good players, and it's like, oh god. I would say they're the new BM Hunter because it's very easy to solo stuff with them because they're in plate and they can self-heal. But their rotation is just It's so fucking... Like, you cannot screw it up. You know the edgy guys, Demon Hunter? The ones with wings? I'd still love you if you were a Demon Hunter. I know what I wanted. We need to update the title. Oh, what was the distance? 6.8. Oh, no. .8 miles. Now we rest. Done. And then I recently changed this, but it's set to oh, what the fuck? Why is Wolfie not got encoding? Huh? I don't want to be watching a stream while I'm streaming at 1080p. I don't know why, but Wolfie doesn't have encoding today. Where are we going? Where are we going? Worlds. Chatting. I had to cough for a second. Go here. Portal. The ones with wings. Yeah, those are Demon Hunters or Evokers. Evokers also have wings and can do the same double jump glide thing. You can also play Drakthir and not play an Evoker, but a Drakthir approved class. Oh, I can't go through the invisible wall yet. Drakthir can now be warriors, hunters, mages, rogues. I forget what all can be. I know warriors, hunters, mages, hunter, mage, rogue. I'm not sure on rogue. Drakthir can be like 6 additional classes though. Alright, which window do we like? Oh, clearly the one with the fucking moon. You guys wait there. I'm gonna chug water. Is that a train? It is! I think there's some bum-ass colliders in this train. But I think it's really fucking pretty. With all the overgrowth. And then the cool clouds and the moon in the background. Okay. In one, flying behavior. Hell yeah. Ugh. Yes, this is a train. Invokers aren't a thing when I played. I had a max level Demon Hunter at one point. Evokers are new with Dragonflight. Not this expansion, but the previous one. Good job on walk. Thank you. Oh god, I
Yeah,
said.
it's wet in here.
Yeah? Yeah.
It's gonna get mold.
It's already got mold. Look at it. But also, like, look at the moon out the window there. It's really pretty.
I'm just thinking how insufferable it would smell in here.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I also just really love
I'm
Dino
shrinking.
Druids. Like, holy shit, they are so cool. Shit-ass train isn't even watertight. What the hell? What the fuck? It's pretty. Ugh. Ugh. What was I gonna say?
I don't know. Oh, chat's in my face.
Yeah, pretty moldy.
There we go.
God, I know Drakthir can be 6 classes. I'm pretty sure it's Warrior, Hunter, Mage. I think Rogue, Priest, Shaman?
Drakthir can?
Yeah.
Did they change that?
Yes.
They couldn't before, right?
Yes. So Drakthir were Evoker only. And then with, I think it was a very late patch of Dragonflight, they made it so that they could be 6 additional classes. And it was the 6 classes that, like, anybody can be. So I'm pretty sure Warrior, Hunter, Rogue, and Mage. I'm pretty sure, like, I'm 100% sure those 4 can be Drakthir. I think they also have access to Priest. And it might be Warlock, it might be Shaman. I'm not...
Can anyone else be Evoker yet, though?
No, that will never happen. Here is the cool thing about Drakthir, though, that play one of these 6 classes. You don't have to be dragon form. You can just lock yourself to your visage form so that you always look like a half elf, half human.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, it actually looks really cool. My hunter
Dude, why
is
did they make them
dragon-
so ass ugly?
I don't think they're ass ugly. I think they have the potential to be ass ugly, though. I think they're okay. Granted, there's the big buff dragonkin that's like, why the fuck didn't you give us these? These are
Why
way
the fuck
fucking
can't
cool.
we be these? Yes, exactly. Why am I stuck to being a little soy boy dragon?
Okay, well, here's the thing. I'm okay with the soy boy dragon because, like, there's
Yeah,
fucking...
I know, but like, you see all these dragons going around. You see like the dragonkin. You're like, oh, this is what it's gonna be. This is what I want to be. And then they give you the little soy boy, and you're like,
Well, okay, so here's the thing. There's, like, no femboy, even remotely femboy thing in WoW. There's nothing that's, like, not just big buff fucking DC Comics cover
yeah,
muscles.
but that's like not the style of WoW.
Okay, well, give me some fucking options. Like, why the fuck do you want the 12th hyper-muscular race in WoW when there's not one that's like a little soy boy? Just, like, give one. Give one.
Yeah, but they didn't do it well.
They didn't.
If they did it well, great.
You know what's even more offensive? There are 4 body types that you can do for Drakthir. So they can be, like, more muscular or less muscular. And all 4 just kind of look like kind of lame. The muscular ones, like the most muscular, look okay, and then the real soy boy ones are like twig arms and just like, oh, this thing looks emaciated. But this might be more mildew than mold.
It's not great.
It's
We have a pulse train here and water everywhere. You are getting mold inside this train.
oh yeah, oh yeah. But it looks cool. It looks pretty, right?
I suppose so.
It's great for taking pictures and then never coming here again. And hopefully you wore a fucking mask when you were
Yeah, I
taking this
don't.
picture.
This is one of those maps where I come in here, go, oh, that's pretty, and since I don't take pictures, I just leave.
Yeah. I like it for talking to chat at the end of a walk because like this camera angle I think is fucking cool. hearing the train tracks,
Mhm.
seeing the like moving clouds and the big ass moon behind me, I'm like, hell
Oh, for
yeah.
sure. This is just like a visual porn world.
Seeing the fucking water driplets on the window is just like, yeah. But
Driplets?
yeah,
You
see,
mean droplets?
see the rain on the window? The driplets?
You mean droplets? I'm fucking exploding your brain, dude.
Droplets.
You're a fucking driplet, Elon. How about that?
Droplets. I'm excited for more Dark. There. What did you say? 17 fucking worlds?
I think we get splits. So like where I'm at right now, there's a fork between us going to like a jungle biome or the snow biome.
Okay.
So I assume there's gonna be multiple splits, and we can just like skip stages.
Oh.
We can come back and do them later.
Okay.
That's what I'm assuming.
I saw someone yesterday with a custom VR check camera that looked like someone with a hand cam following them around. It was rad. They could move it in hand gestures. So Pixel actually has something like that. Pixel has a custom camera that looks like a small like Kodak camera. And their camera itself will stay in front of their face, but it connects to their Kodak camera, so they're like waving around. I learned about this because I thought it was just, you know, they've got something that lines up with the camera so that when they're holding their camera, it also just puts the Kodak camera there. No, it's more advanced than that though. But I was talking to Pixel about this because on Core's stream, I saw the backside of his little Kodak camera. And I heard the picture sound going off, but I saw the back of it and I couldn't see his camera screen at all. It just looked like a blank slate. And I was like, hang on. Are you not actually taking pictures? Are you just like clicking a button that sounds like you're taking pictures? And like, what the fuck? And that's when he explained it to me, but VRC lens, VR lens. Was that what it was? I thought it was just a prop.
Yeah, it's VRC lens.
It's a prop, but it has a practical use. Like, you absolutely don't have to have it look like a fucking Kodak camera. It could be a fucking box if you want. But why have it be just an ugly wireframe box with 8 points when you could literally have it be a Kodak camera or like some fucking cool sci-fi looking robot, right? And so we talked Planet Crafter, we talked DK Bonanza, we talked about WoW Raid. We hit 1,800 followers. Yippee! Not doing any milestone for that because I never do. I actually got different other models. Oh, I'll box you. What the fuck, Ganna? What did I do? Yeah, we hit it last night between streams. Literally ended stream last night at 17.99, and somebody followed. And then I was setting up this morning. I was like, wait, 1,800? When the fuck did that happen?
Can I say, this is like a pet peeve. I get more follows when I'm offline than when I'm online. I'm like, how? How does this make sense?
It's like 50-50 for me. It makes sense because you get followers from shoutouts and you get followers from people that wanted to lurk and they didn't want to have their name called out. And so...
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes, and so there's a lot of people who like, they just enjoy listening, they enjoy the vibe, they enjoy hanging out, but it really takes them out to like follow and then, oh, thank you, you know, Cairo Oric for the follow. I really appreciate it. What are you doing? Where did you find me? How did you get here? You know, were you rated in? Did you see like my YouTube stuff? There's people that like, they will unfollow if you talk to them too much like that. And so,
Interesting.
The solution is wait till the stream ends and then hit the follow button. I get that a few times a week. That is my friend. I get that a few times a week where I end stream and immediately a follow goes through. Like within 5 minutes of ending, and I'm like, I don't know if this was the shout out specifically or if it was somebody waiting because they don't want to deal with the oh, hi Maruka Ko, thank you for the follow. There's people that just hate that, so sometimes it's shout out, sometimes the other way. That can be me at times. They constantly do that to new people. I try to gauge how involved people want to be, right? Oh, I just dropped the naming. I just thank for the follow. I try to do the name. I try to say their name, and I don't do more than that. And if they're very chatty and talking, then I'll go into it more like, you know, well, I've never fucking asked how'd you find me.
I never really thought about it, but I go like, hope you're having a good day.
Mm-hmm. And just continue the conversation. I almost always continue the conversation. Maru, you might have an opinion on this. I fucking hate when a streamer has an intro that they do when they get a follow. And like, some people are into that.
Follow intro?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Well, so here's the thing.
I was like, raid, that's fine.
So here's the thing, that's actually probably better for growth, because when you see people like at the biggest size, they're the people that push that persona and push that character. And there's people who, you know, they get a follow and they're like, hi, thank you for the follow. I'm the Rabbit VTuber that does this and this and this. I love playing this and this, and like they go through the thing. To me, that feels so ingenuine.
Fake.
That feels so fake, so scripted, so like
Forced,
and
try hard.
It's very off-putting to me.
It's not your personality.
It's,
like if you did that, Elon, I'd be like, ew, that's weird.
It's not
You
my
know?
personality, but there are people that are like that, right? So like, I don't think Cassidy streams, at least not anymore. But like, she would do that when she got follows, and you can see her and be like, that kind of is her personality, isn't it? And so like with some people, I mean, with some people it's just appropriate. With some people, I just find it off-putting, especially if that's not how they typically are. I would never. I very much enjoy, like, I don't need to introduce myself. Chances are I'm doing what the channel is about anyway. You're gonna see me walking, you're gonna see me talking about, you know, World of Warcraft or whatever game I'm playing or something nerdy, and just reading out chat, and like, it's very quickly you go, that's what this stream is about. I don't need to tell you what it's about. You're gonna fucking see it. And so for me, there's literally no reason to do an intro. For other people, I could see it if they're the type that bounces around stuff, right? Hi, Suika. I could see it being more appropriate. And then there's also the people that just, they push that personality. It is more of a performance, and I think it's a lot more appropriate for those streams. Go ahead.
Yolan, I just had my mind blown.
Uh-huh.
I'm like setting up, so I loaded up DK, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the load screen, one of the tips, how old do you think Pauline is supposed to be? It just said her age, and my mind is blown.
14.
She's supposed to be 13.
Yeah?
She's like a little midget.
Some people are small.
I thought she was supposed to be like 7 or something, dude. I didn't think she was supposed to be fucking 13. She's like 2 feet tall. I guess she is riding a gorilla.
I would have guessed 12. I went up a little bit because you were like, I'm shocked by this. How much do you think her age is? I was like, okay, so it's gonna be not what I expect. DK is fucking massive. Sometimes evolve into the peanut gallery and go back to being a fly. Oh, me, I hate that. I just want to be a fly in the wall. Sometimes evolve into the peanut gallery. Yeah. I just dropped the naming. I just thank for the follow and continue the conversation. I can see people not wanting to be there for the name, and then I can see people doing the other way. I've had people specifically tell me, like, you read my name out, and that just gave me tinglies, and so I've been here fucking since. And so I'm like, I always try to read the name out. To me, when you say, like, you don't even say the name, I'm like, oh, really? People like that? I can absolutely see it, but I wouldn't have expected that. I wouldn't have, like, thought that way.
It also depends who you're trying to appeal to.
Yeah, I've done that for every smaller streamer I watch during work. Also, I had a friend who was new to Twitch, followed a live channel, and freaked out when his name popped up and the sound went off. And I don't think ever used Twitch again, Lamau. That's so funny. There's a setting to see where they come from if they're from a raid. An intro from a follow. Let's create a bunch of alts for every 5 mins just to fuck with that flow. I'm kidding, obviously. Also a child compared to DK. DK's fucking massive. Walkie's comfy. I hate talking to the streamer /S. Yeah, so if they come from a raid, you know, it says, you know, it's got the yellow box, you know, raider from this channel. Well, sometimes it'd be though, like, you know, let's say I show up to Maru's channel at, you know, 2 fucking p.m. No, I'm gonna be asleep at 2 p.m. At 5 p.m. and he gives me a shout out and somebody follows, and then they check me out a week later. They're not gonna have that, like, you know, this person comes from Maru. They're just gonna show up that day now that they're followed. That's more of a like first time chat thing. Oh, thank God I'm not a streamer. I'm just a river. Okay. If someone does a one-person raid with only themselves, does it show the box from their own channel? It depends on your settings. With specifically the box, I'm not sure. But you can make it so that, you know, raids under X amount don't trigger alerts and stuff. And so, I had a friend who, Leafeons, who people would constantly raid her with 1 viewer because they would literally just hit the go live button themselves, raid her, just to trigger the raid alert and be like, haha, I'm so silly. And there was like 5 people that would do it every day for her. And so eventually she's like, I found the setting. I found the setting, you fuckers. It wasn't like them advertising themselves or like trying to grow like that, Cairo. It was literally just
for the meme. Okay.
Yeah, it was literally just for the meme. We are Leafeon viewers. We can trigger her raid alert because it scares her. Teehee. It was not like, hey everybody, I also stream. It was very much like they did not stream at all. They literally just had OBS just to raid her when she went live. It's a 1 viewer. Eventually she found the setting that was like, I can turn off raid alerts if it's less than so many viewers. So now, if it's 1 or 2 viewers, the raid alert doesn't go off, you fuckers. And they're like, oh man. And then they started coordinating with each other, where it's like, okay, I'm going live, you 2 watch me, and we've raided her with 3 viewers. And she was
I've also seen,
the fuck?
Neither of us have it, but I've seen streams before where people do 1 bit, 1 bit, 1 bit, 1 bit, and it's like, oh, you're just a shithead, aren't you?
It's literally just, my messages are so important. Read them, streamer, read them. I have also seen that in Leafeon
streamer.
I have ironically seen it here. I think Oku does that now and then with the, you know, the 1 bit. You get it all the time with Dore, actually.
Well, Dore comes in, he does 1 bit, and that's it.
Yes.
It's not like a over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, so I've never gotten the like over and over and over again, but Oku has definitely done it ironically with the here's 1 bit, read my message streamer.
Yeah, but that's funny.
Yeah, that's why I talk to you.
He's being funny.
I was gonna say, all they have to do is pack up a little. Oh, I had to kill the 1 bit sound alerts. They're now 25 or more minimum because my friend said it to me a few years ago and I smartened up. Yeah. Hi, Sammy. Yellow Lind and Purple King. Oh my God. I can't believe you don't like purple. Sammy's purple.
I'm not fucking purple.
What's wrong with purple?
Sammy's purple. I'm not purple.
So you hate purple people.
You're...
It's kind of fun being on the and saying this and not receiving it.
I mean, I have plenty of purple friends. I don't hate purple people.
Purple, best color. Wow, purplest? Holy shit, you purplest.
I have plenty of purple friends.
Little Malakairos rule. I've actually had somebody tell me I don't show up to your streams anymore because it's genuinely upsetting to me when people are like, Eulin, what do you think of this game? And I'm like, oh, it's a good game, but you know, I don't see myself ever playing it because it's a genre I don't really care about. So you hate it then? And like this friend of mine was like, it genuinely upsets me when people constantly do this joke with you because it bothers me. Like obviously you don't hate it, but they just say that every time and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, man. They're just teasing me and I'm not gonna get bent out of shape over it. I don't hate purple people. I know plenty of purple people. They all love me. They call me their purple. It's okay, Hobbit, Jesus.
Oh no.
Yellow, the classic Twitter meme. Oh, you like pancakes? Why do you hate waffles? I get that a lot. I get that so much. Less than I used to. There was a good like 3-5 months of like every single thing every 30 minutes is like, oh, so you hate this. I was like, no, you can't, she's one of ours. Oh god.
Oh no.
I think there's a spelling error in there too, but the fucking the fucking mermaid conversation about that. Say funny cat pic on topic. The urge to say so you hate me when I don't get my way. God. Anytime I think I had a friend that would do that. They'd be like, so you hate me. And my response was always like, I didn't, but I'm fucking getting there.
Nah, anytime someone does a joke like that, I always just go, yeah.
I didn't, but I'm fucking getting there. And then they're like, wait, no.
So you hate XYZ group? Oh, absolutely. Can't stand them.
I'm laughing at my last DM with Micaiah because it was I shared with Micaiah a little snippet of our conversation with the picture from Dragon's Ball PP.
Oh yeah.
I'll bend you out of shape. What the heck? I can be ready whenever, Cairo. So whenever you're good to go.
I'm literally fucking monkeying around right now, dude. I'm waiting for you.
You're waiting for me? Okay.
Yeah, I'm smashing around the canyon waiting, dude.
Wait, so you're grinding fossils without me?
Yeah?
What the fuck,
You're taking
dude?
too long.
You didn't say shit. Oh my god, I hate this
I literally said I loaded into the game. And I had the tip that came up.
I thought you were just waiting there though. Like, you just had it open because you're excited. Ugh. Dad, I hate this guy. Where are we putting the camera? We're literally just gonna put it on the door here. Okay. We're not gonna find somebody to raid. Am I on? I am on the fucking local camera instead of world. Tinkerroll. Because we are gonna go play Donkey Kong. It should be a very small amount of time for setup. I have my scene saved from yesterday, and so it should just be we turn on the Switch, I go eat a quick snack, and we're good to go. But oh, I need to load up a thing.
Stream together.
Not that thing.
Okay, motherfucker.
I need music for when I'm AFK. And
Okay,
I
need to
don't.
hop on the call
It doesn't
too.
have to be mine. Stream together. You could start if you want today because I'm not switching for Planet Crafter. So if you wanna start that, go ahead. Ooh.
Start what? So streaming?
The stream together.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can start it.
As for this, I'm gonna click this. But yeah. Pyro is smashing. And they've got just the tip. I never expect to wait for you when he wants to play gate. Never expect. Foolish mistake, Healy. I guess at 1, 2, 3 switch. Don't forget to switch games. We are gonna go switch to DK. We're gonna be on the transition screen for probably 5 minutes. I'll be right back. Here. And then, yep, switching.